something out of nothing, then you mix it up. Do better than your best, cause your best ain't enough. When it's crunch time, make sure you're not giving up. You gotta give it all you got. Then you mix it up. Do better than your best, cause your best ain't enough. When it's crunch time, make sure you're not giving up. I've been maintaining that best, dealing with the stress, overcoming obstacles. It's God giving me a test, looking for answers in the sky. Ask me why I get high, cause the clouds give me signs. Show me time does fly, while I keep myself grounded, surrounded by wise guys. Keep it thorough, cause real lies. Stay sincere and survive, fake and phony will die. Don't be surprised when my team arrive like the sunrise. You gotta give it all you got. Make something out of nothing, then you mix it up. Do better than your best, cause your best ain't enough. When it's crunch time, make sure you're not giving up. You gotta give it all you got. Make something out of nothing, then you mix it up. Do better than your best, cause your best ain't enough. When it's crunch time, make sure you're not giving up. Sick of eating hookups, no hope when I look up. They told me stop messing with shorty, she got me booked up. Was all in getting money, came home to sugar and honey. Nothing sweet, nothing funny, I'm so sick of looking bummy. Tap pockets like a dummy, so broke I'm feeling sick. Ask the Lord if this is it, so much pressure wanna quit. It's ironic how everything goes wrong when you go legit. All I got is my word, my balls, and this fucking spit. You gotta give it all you got. Make something out of nothing, then you mix it up. Do better than your best, cause your best ain't enough. When it's crunch time, make sure you're not giving up. You gotta give it all you got. Make something out of nothing, then you mix it up. Do better than your best, cause your best ain't enough. When it's crunch time, make sure you're not giving up.
Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip. I be in my zone like I gotta make it flip. I'm feeling the energy, could tell your vibe is off. But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on. Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip. I be in my zone like I gotta make it flip. I'm feeling the energy, could tell your vibe is off. But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on. Now you can tell me I'm not lit. Every time that we alone, you just want me to hit. All that in a bag of chips, you be my honey dip. Everything I have, we gon' split. But you changing up like the weather, it's never for the better. Even when you cold, baby, I'ma be your sweater. You're my Aaliyah, so I'm writing you this letter. I'm just trying to make you see that we stronger together. Stuck on you like leather, soul ties like we tethered. Ask me what I want you for, I'ma tell you forever. We gon' do it or we not, it's now or never. I ain't gonna chase you, I'm too busy chasing cheddar. Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip. I be in my zone like I gotta make it flip. I'm feeling the energy, could tell your vibe is off. But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on. Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip. I be in my zone like I gotta make it flip. I'm feeling the energy, could tell your vibe is off. But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on.
You got me keeping my distance. You stay quiet and resistant. Whenever I speak,
You don't listen, you don't pique your interest. When you come home, you act different. This is what it is, just keeping it real. I'm playing the field, cause we don't have time. Baby, just don't lie. I'm out here on my grind, money on my mind. Yeah. Now I'ma go and tell you this about the rip. I be in my zone like I gotta make a flip. I'm feeling the energy, can tell your vibe is off. But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on. Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip. Me, baby. I be in my zone like I gotta make it flip. I'm feeling the energy, can tell your vibe is off. But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. It's my birthday week, baby. Why you acting weird to me? I'm your #1 fan. Thought I was your man. Now you acting weird. You want a relationship, then you don't want one. Then you play hard to get when I really want you. What are you saying? Either you is or you ain't my baby. I don't have time to be playing when I'm not around. Can you hold it down? Seems like I'm your man, only in the town, never be a us. If I can't trust, nothing to discuss. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. It's me, baby. How could you leave, baby? After all you've done to me, I can't believe. All along you had something up your sleeve. Guess it's best that I stick to the cheese. I was keeping it real, you was playing pretend. Should've known that it'd never work out now. You see, the thing about it is, you brought up getting married and having kids, but your words never match your actions. It's tragic, cause we made magic. Want you to be my wife, but you'd rather be a bad bitch. Not valid, checked your name off my hit list. Didn't they tell you I'm a savage? All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. Baby, 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 baby.
Yeah, y'all. You already know who it is. It's the only one, the chinky one. You heard? We gonna get this party rocking soon at our new time at 8 p.m. We gonna get it rocking. So make sure you get your drinks, your snacks, and be tuned in, cause we dropping all exclusives. The real discussion with Rock Logic, starting at our new time, 8 p.m. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you in the chat, let me know you here.
lean. Smoking, steaming, sipping lean. Smoking, steaming, sipping lean. You can catch me on the scene, crispy and clean. Probably with the team, counting the green. Smoking, steaming, sipping lean. Smoking, steaming, sipping lean. Smoking, steaming, sipping lean. Smoking, steaming, sipping lean. Got that dirty dishwater in my cup. Dirty house party all in the cut. Now I'm on my way to the club. If Rihanna there, I'ma tell her pull it up. My niggas is everywhere. Liquor store to the weed spot, we heavy there. Counting green in the trap, sipping lean in the club. You ain't never there. I pull up to the scene with my ceiling missing. I pull up to your girl with my feelings missing. Have her roll up while I cruise off. West side, baby, we winning, won't take a loss. Crispy and clean, Molly with the team. Counting the green, smoking, steaming, sipping lean. Smoking, steaming, sipping lean. Smoking, steaming, sipping lean. Smoking, steaming, sipping lean. You can catch me on the scene, crispy and clean. Molly with the team. Counting the green, smoking, steaming, sipping lean. Smoking, steaming, sipping lean. Smoking, steaming, sipping lean. Smoking, steaming, sipping lean.
Big Rich Music.
Shout out to the stoners.
When the bitches at the house, please roll some weed.
It's in the bag.
We the stoners, please burn them trees up.
After that, they start the stripping. Then I'm tickling with my licking. Then I'm hitting, yes, I'm mixing. Now they tripping for some more.
All my niggas at the house, please roll some weed up. What you mean? We the stoners, please burn them trees up.
We just kicking, talking business about that chicken. Nothing cooking, now it's hitting, now it's living. About to roll me up some more. I'm a smoker, I'm a stoner. Lucky as a four-leaf clover. Done some things that no one know of. Now I'm ranging with my rovers. I think I'm a motherfucker, cause I fuck a lot of moms on the scene. What you mean? Magic beans, ta-da-da. I'm gonna fuck your bitch. After I'm done with this blunt, I'm gonna have me some fun. Having your bitch tap a run. I'm gonna have her do some things to think that I'm the one. While I'm sucking on that 90, popping in my thumb. Let me smoke my weed, let me blow these trees. Let me feel the breeze, let me get so high that I might as well freeze. But I'm smoking on this fire, so I'm melting constantly. Changing shapes, different moves, something no one else can see. Who you be, who am I? I'm that motherfucking guy who love to fucking just get high. Smoking and kissing from thigh to thigh. I'm just trying to touch the sky, but these niggas trying to fold. And these bitches say I'm cold, cause I left these fuckers sewn.
When the bitches at the house, please roll some weed up. What you mean? We the stoners, please burn them trees up.
After that, they start the stripping. Then I'm tickling with my licking. Then I'm hitting, yes, I'm mixing. Now they tripping for some more.
All my niggas at the house, please roll some weed up. What you mean? We the stoners, please burn them trees up.
We just kicking, talking business about that chicken. Nothing's giving, it's just hitting. Now this living, about to roll me up some more.
You do too much. Stop it. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Now bring it back. Pick it up. Drop it. You doing too much. Stop it. Bring it back. Bring it back. Just bring it back. Step back. Watch this. I'm grooving, but I'm loving how you pop it. Like the billboards. Go and top it. You the bomb, baby. Go and drop it. Up on the floor. Now mop it up. You got the biscuit, baby. Go and sop it up. Cause it's all gravy. They say I'm so wavy. And my life is like a movie. Nasty in front of a mirror. I like to watch me do. Shout out to Karen Brewer. Smoking on that ooey. Gripping on her chewies. High fashion Vuitton. My new name is Chink Louie. Spanish mommy Sully. White girl named Julie. Huh? BGC. Chink from HCG. Girl, what you think of me? Yeah, you bad, but I'm badder. You the raddest, I'm radder. Pick it up, drop it. You doing too much. Stop it. Bring it back. Bring it back. Pick it up, drop it. You doing too much. Stop it. Bring it back. Bring it back.
I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip. I be in my zone like I gotta make it flip. I'm feeling the energy, could say your vibe is off. But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on. Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip. I be in my zone like I gotta make it flip. I'm feeling the energy, could say your vibe is off. But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on. Now you can't tell me I'm not lit. Every time that we alone, you just want me to hit. All that in a bag of chips, you be my honey dip. Everything I have, we gon' split. But you changing up like the weather. It's never for the better. Even when you cold, baby, I'ma be your sweater. You're my Aaliyah, so I'm writing you this letter. I'm just trying to make you see that we stronger together. Stuck on you like leather, soul ties like we tethered. Ask me what I want you for, I'ma tell you forever.
Yeah, we in the building.
Do it or we not, it's now or never.
We're gonna hit the button at 8 o'clock, y'all. We here.
Chasing cheddar. Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip. I be in my zone like I gotta make it flip. I'm feeling the energy, could say your vibe is off. But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on. Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip. I be in my zone like I gotta make it flip. I'm feeling the energy, could say your vibe is off. But it's okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on.
You got me keeping my distance. You stay quiet and resistant. Whenever I speak,
You don't listen, you don't pique your interest. When you come home, you act different. This is what it is.
Check, yeah.
I'm playing
We in the house.
We don't have time, baby, just don't lie. I'm out here on my grind.
It is now 7:51.
Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the rip.
We in our new time,
I be in my
8 o'clock.
zone like I gotta make a flip. I'm feeling the energy, can tell your vibe is off.
I
But
see
it's
you.
okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on. Now I'ma go and tell you this up off the
Big
rip.
shout out to Karen.
I be in my zone like I
What's up,
gotta make
Casey?
it flip. I'm feeling the energy, can tell
Yeah,
your
we got the
vibe is
one-stop
off.
shop logo
But it's
up.
okay cause I'm lit, I'm hot, I'm putting on.
Yeah. Rock Logic's in the house. Big shout out to Casey, Karen.
Music.
Don't forget to donate, y'all. Big shout out to Royale.
After that, they start to tripping. Then I'm tickling with my licking. Then I'm hitting. Yes, I'm mixing. Now they tripping for some more.
Yeah. Big shout out to If Grizzy, Pascal,
Talking business about that chicken. Nothing's given.
Sean Diabolic George.
About to roll me up some more. I'm a smoker.
You gotta send me your music, man, so I can play your music.
Done some things that no one know of.
Showtime, 8 o'clock. It's now 7:52.
Moms on the scene. What you mean? Magic beans.
Da da da.
I'm gonna fuck your bitch. After I'm done with this blunt.
Big shout out to my man Mike and the Stoners.
Having your bitch tap around.
My man Nick.
I'm gonna have her do some things to think that I'm
You are now tuned into the Stoners right now.
on that 90 popping in my thumb. Let me smoke my weed, let me blow these trees, let me feel the breeze, let me get so high that I might as well freeze. But I'm smoking on this fire, so I'm
Word. Making sure the controls is up.
Something no one else can see. Who you be? Who am I? I'm that motherfucking guy who love to fucking just get high. Smoking and kissing from thigh to thigh. I'm just trying to touch the sky, but these niggas trying to fold, and these bitches say I'm cold, cause I left these fuckers on.
When the bitches at the house, please smoke some weed up. What you mean? We the stoners, please burn them trees up.
Once again, Rock Logic's in the house. 7:53. We're gonna hit the button at 8 o'clock, y'all. Big shout out to Al Pizarro, Renee Mickens. If you're in the chat room, don't be stalking, man. Just punch in, say something. Friday night, moon is bright. You can see Mars with the naked eye. What's up, Amanda? Australia's in the house. This show is sponsored by Perrier Water. Karen, you driving to work already? Oh, it's 11 a.m. Where you at? Chris Knight, good evening from Canada. Casey working, you doing promotion right now. I gotta change that. It says 7 to 9. I gotta change that to 8 o'clock. Jane O'Donnell. $7:55, y'all. 5 minutes to showtime. I'm gonna hit the button, turn the cameras on. Big shout out to my man DOA. Word up. Yeah. Word up. Robin's in the house. Chinks is sitting in for DOA today. Almost time to put in work. Make sure Gary don't knock over the camera. Big shout out to my OSG fam. Big shout out to my man, Principal Travis. Trials Academy. Playing that hard shit right now. Word. Once again, Rock Logics in the house. What's up, Latin? 7:57, almost showtime. Give me your time, punch in. Populate the room. Yeah. Word up, Rock Lockers in the building. We hanging out for a minute. We almost there, y'all.
All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of
All right,
what you did to
7:59.
me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby. All because of what you did to me, baby.
Right.
Left me heartbroken and dropped me to my knees, baby. It's my birthday week, baby. Why you acting weird to me? I'm your #1 fan. Thought I was your man, now you acting weird. You want a relationship, then you don't want one.
You're tuned into Boardwalk Global Media. Your show will begin in the next 2 seconds.
Once again, it's The Real Discussion with Rock Logic, Gary Fax, Robin, Rocky D, my man Chinks is in the house. Gary Fax in the building. Make sure you share the video. We here live and direct. Got Robin right here. Got a lot to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Yo, we rolling. Right now, it's 60 degrees and it's clear in New York City. Once again, if you didn't hear what I said, you can see the moon right now, which is crazy. But also next to the moon, you can see Mars. If you look just to the right of the moon, if the sky is clear where you at, you can see Mars right now, and that's kind of nice. It's The Real Discussion with Rock Logic, Gary Fax, Rocky D, Robin. Big shout out to Jeff. Big shout out to ESP. Robin's in the building. Robin's family's in the building, actually. Well, they're not here, but they're in New York City. I'm opening the mics up. Word up. The drama from the South and the people with the mouth is uptown.
A lot of drama going on.
We're going to talk about BDSM. We're going to talk about my man Kanye West and how he sees things from Kanye's point of view. And I'm in the house. Bang. What's up, y'all? So it's another edition of The Real Discussion. You know, we having a good time, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad y'all all tuned in. You know, you're hanging out on a Friday night with me, you know what I'm saying? Casey's like, feel free to call. Big shout out to Timmy Grinds. Timmy Grinds. Got that Timmy Grinds. That must be one of his artists. Tariq Black, Dane Odell, and Pasquale Rassel.
Okay, come on now. You're going to have to pronounce these names now.
No, I can't. That last name I can't
Come
pronounce.
on,
So I know
host
what's
with the
happening with
most.
that. Man, I'm doing the best I can. You know what I'm saying? So, Dig, so I brought a telescope, right?
Yes.
I brought a telescope. The shit look like the Hubble, right?
Yeah.
And I set up in front of my yard, and I just look at like the stars at night, and I'm surveying the moon right now. You know what I'm saying? Checking out the craters and stuff, and I'm mapping the sky. So what I've gotten into, just real quick, is I've gotten into astrophotography. So I'm enjoying that. You know what I'm saying? Taking pictures of deep space objects. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm doing that. You know, Chinks be setting up the telescope and shit. You know what I'm saying? And we look at deep space objects.
Nice.
You know, that's what I'm doing. But that's been it, man. My week's been kind of easy. We started a new thing at Ozzie Davis and Ruby D. They have a theater on 123rd Street. So what's happening is
123rd.
123rd, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
So-
Dwight Cultural Center.
Yes. So we're there doing that. And what we're doing there is we've taken over, Boardwalk Global Media has taken over the production of that venue.
Give yourself
So
some claps.
we're doing the production there. So at the Cultural Center, what they do is they produce plays and all types of events, movie screenings, all that. So now, you know, we taking over the production. You know, they got rid of the old crew, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, yo, we want to fuck with the best.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So Boardwalk Global Media is now in a partnership with that organization.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm having a good time with that. What's happening with you, Robbie?
You know, like you said, my family's here. You know what I mean? And already there's some drama.
Right,
You
right.
know, getting calls from everybody. But I'm not in it because I'm here with the BGM family. Because that's the way it goes down.
Word up,
Not
I'm
doing
fine.
that. Anyway, it's been a great week.
Right.
You know, got a lot of things done around the house. What else? I'm just, you know, chilling overall. I think it's all right. You know, I can't wait to get to these topics.
Yeah, now we got a lot to talk about today.
And first, I want to say,
Yeah.
congratulations on your 300th subscriber.
Yeah, hard earned.
Hard-earned Okay, so tell me, who is the 300th subscriber?
I don't know. I gotta look it up, but you know, we've been doing like a little campaign, and people have been subscribing, so that's been dope. We've been getting donations, right?
Nice.
Renee Mickens, she sent $100.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, Renee.
Yeah, she gets that. Al sent $50.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying, to the show, so that was dope. So we've been receiving like donations and stuff, which has been nice. Next week, I'm going to start to talk about the turkey drive, because Boardwalk Global Media, we're doing a turkey drive, and we're accepting donations for Thanksgiving for the families that can't afford to get, you know, Thanksgiving dinner can't afford to get a turkey. So any donations that you can give, and you see the Cash App up top, it says BGM Podcast on Cash App. Send what you can. What we're doing is, for Thanksgiving, my objective, the Boardwalk Global Media objective, is to give away 100 turkeys.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do that for Thanksgiving, and we might as well start now.
Right.
Instead of starting a week
Right.
before Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So we
Absolutely.
can build up a nice little cash, go shopping, buy the turkeys, and then we'll distribute them in one of the, I'm thinking we probably will do it over in Washington houses,
Okay.
over there with Claudia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I know
Yes.
she's got turkeys.
Yeah.
We'll bring our turkeys and we'll put everything together. Last year we gave away 250 turkeys. So this year, guys, if you can, please donate, please donate, please donate. If it's $20, you know what? A turkey's $25.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's going to feed the family for Thanksgiving. So we're going to be on that, and I'm going to push that hard next week.
Okay,
you know what
good.
I'm saying? Also, a big shout out to me. Last week, I put the bottle down. You know what I'm saying? I stopped drinking.
You stopped
Oh.
drinking.
Yeah. So that's been big. 7 days, ain't drank nothing.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
You know what I'm saying?
Congrats.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No,
so I
no
haven't been
AA meetings for you.
Nah, I just quit. You know what I'm saying?
Just cold turkey.
Yeah, straight up cold turkey. Just woke up one day, I was feeling good. I was like, I'm gonna stay feeling good.
Just cold
Okay.
turkey.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing that. Robbie's been sober. Rocky's been sober.
Oh,
in the
wow.
house. Yeah, Rocky ain't drank a drop. You know what I'm saying? He had a hard week too, and
Yeah,
I
he
expected him to
did.
collapse. But my man, he's sticking to it.
He's maintained masculine frame.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we doing that. You know what I'm saying? So you can beat this thing. You know what I mean? So
can.
on the other side, let's see what's going on. I want to go to Gary.
Come on, Gary. Talk about
Gary,
it.
what's going on?
Hey,
Hold on.
well, before I start, I just want to give a big shout out to my friend Chris Knight up in Canada. Her
Nice.
son, Evan, I believe it's his 12th birthday.
Oh, that's great.
So big birthday shout out to him. And as far as my week, we had the third show for oh my God.
DOA.
DOA
show.
control the control
The
room.
control room.
That's the show we do on Thursdays
The control room.
at
That's
7 o'clock.
It's a
Yesterday's
great
show was awesome.
It was a great show.
Yesterday was our third show and it was awesome.
It's so good.
Outside of that, there's some new music coming from Baba T, so
Nice.
be very ready.
When is it coming?
Probably by December.
Oh, okay. Come on, Bubba T. Let's
Word.
go.
Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
All right, you gonna
How's-
drop it? You gonna drop it? It's gonna premiere here.
Yes. Of
Nice.
course.
How's his album doing?
His EP is doing good. He has oh my God, I would have to look at the Spotify streams, but he has a few thousand streams.
Nice.
Okay, all right. So Bobby T's doing
Yeah.
his thing.
Okay.
That's dope.
Excellent.
Yes,
Excellent.
sir. And sitting in for my man DOA is my man Chinks. What's up, Chinks?
Kinky.
You can't do the beatbox like my man.
What?
You can't do the beatbox like my man. You know what I'm saying? What's happening with you, Chinky?
Ain't nothing much, man. Just chilling, holding it down, maintaining, stay focused. You heard?
Word up.
Shout out to my brother Baba T over in Australia.
There you go.
I mean,
There
can't
you
wait
go.
to see you, bro. We gonna get this collab going.
Absolutely.
All right. All right.
saying?
All
So,
right.
I just been maintaining, staying focused. Taking after my role models, not drinking.
Wow.
Word.
Wait a
not-
minute. What's going on here?
I've been- you know what I mean?
Wait.
This is gonna be a very dry show.
What we call it? What we call it? Rock Sober October.
It's Sober October.
Sober
baby.
October, baby. So,
That's
you know
what
I
it
mean?
is. Okay.
We getting the
I knew
business.
there was a catch somewhere.
I'm just kicking the can down the road. Like, you know what I mean?
I knew there was a catch
I'm
somewhere.
just kicking the
Okay.
can
It's
down
Sober
the
October.
road.
We gonna get as much as done as we can this month. And see what's up with it.
Got it,
Keep
got
it
it.
going.
I've
See
never
how-
been
see how
so
productive we
crystal
can be.
clear.
Let's get it. Rock's been chill. 7 days without drinking? This man done made 17 beats. I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on?
Okay.
I gotta catch up now. Like, damn.
Word. Every morning I get up and just make a beat.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Just,
what's up. That's
you
what's
know,
up.
I just sit in the studio and I just start vibing and shit at about 8, 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And then by about 10:30, the beat's done.
Nice.
Word.
Nice. You the beat maker.
I'm ready to wake up and throw a verse on it. And
There
shit,
you
know
go.
what I'm saying?
You roll out
So-
of bed and just get
Word,
on the
just-
mic.
You know, I mean, the deal is this. You know, everybody got the same 24 hours. So what the
That's
fuck
right.
you gonna make it yours?
Yeah, that's right. Make it what you gonna make of it.
That's what I'm doing.
Hey.
So what are some of the topics we got today? We rocking
there's so many.
BDSM. What else?
So there's the Kanye West.
Kanye West.
What else?
The update with him. There's the January 6th update from yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, the
all
hearings,
right.
right? Yeah. That's good to talk about.
What else was there? P. Diddy, he canceled Mace's tour.
Right. Okay, that's the topic.
That's good.
That's crazy.
And what else we got?
What else? Oh my goodness.
That's a lot on the calendar.
That's a lot.
So
Yeah, I
And then
get
you
that.
know what? Let's just freeball it.
Yeah,
After
you know what I'm
that.
saying?
So let's get started.
So since it's Kink Month, I think we should get right into the kink.
Yeah, come on. Let's go with
Yeah,
the
we should get right
kinky.
into it. Let's just get right into
Let's
kink.
go with the kinky.
So Gary, it's BDSM month. What's happening? You know, let's talk about the fetishes.
Well,
Some of those BDS things.
wow. Well, people, you know, October is Kink.
Yeah, I know. Choose a fetish, nigga.
Kink month. Well,
Isn't there like
there's so many different. Yeah. So there's so many different fetishes, right? So there's
Okay.
even in BDSM, you know, BDSM is more so a lifestyle kink.
Okay.
But there's other kinks inside of that.
Okay.
And then there's a lot of other kinks outside of that.
Okay.
Sub kink.
Right. So
Let's go with main kinks first.
so main kinks.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll do the subs later.
Well, you have main kinks. Well, there are gosh.
Take your time,
Take your time.
Gary.
And
Take your time,
and in the
Gary.
chat room, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you got a kink, just put it in the chat room.
Yeah, I would like to know what kinks are out there from our viewers.
Yeah, big shout out to my man Tony. Ants in the house. Hey, people's reporting
Hey,
from.
like the page. Like
he's
the page.
he's in Glacken's bar. Oh my
Hey,
God. Hey.
That's his kink. That's his kink. Glackens is his kink.
Yeah, he said.
Shout
she
out to
said,
Glackens.
On my motherfucking drink.
That's
Okay,
it.
there you go.
That's what's up.
That's his
Tone,
kink.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you
Yes.
got? What's the main kink, Gary?
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Speak for a moment. Let me.
Some people like bald headed women. I guess.
Well,
Yeah, I wonder if kinks are regional. Like, what type
Oh,
of
yeah,
kinks do they
true.
like in Canada?
No,
What type of kinks do they like in Australia? Do
You
they
know,
do it backwards?
Pornhub
You know what I'm
has,
saying?
every year, Pornhub releases the amount of different types of kink and
In
kind
each
of
region?
porn that people watch during, like, you know, through the whole, like, United States.
That's
region.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
wanna
people
see that.
like toes. Some
Right,
people like
right.
elbows.
Well, you're more common. Well, actually, kinks are more so a sexual lifestyle.
Right.
Fetishes is more so, I guess, somewhat of a sexual attraction to like a body part or an object.
Right.
Well, Michelle Marie says, "What's considered a kink per se?"
This is what I'm saying. Well, kink is, you know, some people like. Okay, let's keep it very simple.
Yes.
Some people like getting spanked,
Okay, that's a basic.
right? Some people like getting choked.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of women now that like getting choked.
They like getting choked out.
Right.
What's the pleasure in the choke?
I
It's the
still
restriction of.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I read.
Okay, all right. Here's what I read.
Here's what I read.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Right? So apparently when you constrict the airway, it's almost like autofellatio, right? When you constrict the airway, your orgasms become much more intense.
Yeah.
Is that what happens with that?
Well,
That's it.
ask Gary.
I mean, yeah. I know.
That's what's said.
So,
right?
so was that the saying back? Remember a few years ago they were finding like white boys like dead like in the closet because they were hanging themselves with the tie.
That actor.
Yeah. Like they have a tie around their neck or some shit,
Yeah,
and then
some of them, yeah.
they choke themselves out while they beating off.
Well, see, there's a certain way. There's actually a skill in choking.
Okay.
right?
Okay.
You have to hold the neck a certain way.
Right.
Okay.
You can't just while out.
Right.
You know,
Start choking bitches.
Start choking. Then
Right.
You can kill somebody.
Right.
And
Apparently, yeah.
And it has happened.
Right. But you need a safe word.
And you also need
Yeah, you need a safe word. But let me read this
Go.
it's from expression over representation. I guess I don't know what that means, but it says National Kink Month. Hello, kinkies. Guess what October is? That's right. It's National Kink Month. This is the perfect time to try something new and spice up your sex life. Here's a list of kinky things to try for every day in October. Why are you doing that to me? Let me know in the comments below what you loved and what you did well, what didn't work out so well. The goal is to be open-minded and try. That's it. Go be kinky and like this show. All right, so now they have every single day up until the 31st. Mm-hmm. So where do we want to start? You want to start from this Monday?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what was Monday? Was Monday the 10th or the 11th?
It was the 10th.
Okay, anal play.
Okay.
Okay, remember to take your time and go slow.
Go easy.
That's easy. Slide in. Start small and work your way up. On Tuesday was Domination Day. Get bossy. Take charge in the bedroom, but don't forget to nurture your partner afterwards. So, a nice little hug. After you get punched in the face. You gotta pet him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. This is Wednesday, I believe. Oh, no, it's Tuesday, I guess. Nudes. Nothing says, come get this, like a sexy photo in the middle of the day or anytime, really. Do you guys send nudes?
So is that text King?
Sometimes.
Chinky, you send nudes?
Yeah, for sure.
See a picture of your junk, you be like, yeah, girl. Look at.
Can't wait to see you.
That's right.
Yeah, look at my meat.
I'm coming.
My meat is ready. Okay.
Okay. Let's see.
Tube steak raw.
That's it. So yesterday was. Oh no, I have the days wrong. So that was Wednesday. Thursday was the 13th. That was yesterday. It's go see an erotic show.
I want to hold that one right there. Was that the same thing with the dangerous guy who was texting his meat all the time? What was it? He was a congressman or a senator?
Oh, you talking about Danger?
Carlos Danger.
Carlos Danger, yes.
Right. What was his name?
Danger. He was
Wiener.
Wiener.
Oh, Wiener. Yes. Yeah.
Carlos Danger.
Right. He was texting his meat to everybody.
Yeah.
He's like, look at my junk. Too. He's like, I'm blessed. Look at my junk.
Motherfuckers do that on the train. They airdrop motherfuckers like, you know what I mean? Pictures and shit.
I've seen.
They airdrop on the train?
Yo, they be bugging.
Yeah.
No.
You ain't seen no dude pull his meat on the train?
No, he's saying they're doing it through technology.
No, through the phone.
What?
Yeah.
Stop it.
You send it right through airdrop.
Nah, that's that Apple shit.
So they see people going on. Amanda Faith said Michael Hutchinson from NXX died from that.
That's right. Yes,
he did it to himself.
She's right.
Wow.
With a belt.
Yes, that's right. That's the same way that
an
actor
exclusive
died.
Sydney hotel.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Well, I mean,
okay, yeah. Carlos Danger.
He took himself out. But all right. Well, let's go to today. Today is Friday, October 14th.
Okay.
Today is cuckold, queen. There are 3 players in a cuckold.
Okay.
Choose one and go be great. Right. So,
all right, so cuckold. Gary?
Well,
back to you, Gary.
Let's talk about what
explain the cuckold.
It's basically, it's predominantly with white couples.
Okay.
Right, where the woman, she's pretty much the dominant one in the relationship. The husband is very submissive to her, and she has a lover.
Okay.
And
usually black.
And and I was gonna say
a buck.
So
a bull.
And
right.
and dealing in this it's the interracial cuckold lifestyle. The wife's boyfriend is black. The husband is the submissive.
Talking to the mic.
The husband is the sub.
Kinky.
He's the sub.
Right.
But in that dynamic, right, what has happened now, there's another part of that, which is if the husband is more alpha, he's a stag. So he's like, okay, I enjoy you watching you do my wife, but I'm not going to be doing that other cleaning up after y'all shit.
Right.
I'm going to watch y'all have fun, take pictures and what have you. And nothing submissive, like I'm not
about him.
Like I'm not doing that.
He ain't no sucker.
Right. So that's called a stag.
Okay.
Right. But the other end, you get the more beta boys, if you will, the submissive ones, where you go do the wife or the girlfriend, and he cleans up after.
Nice.
Oh wow.
It's a cleanup man.
Yeah. Oh okay, got it. He's a janitor. He's a love janitor.
Love janitor.
He's a love janitor.
He got the love mop.
That is. Oh my god.
Here's the interesting thing. That lifestyle is so popular.
Is it?
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's out of control.
Oh, you know what? That guy, the guy that was with Trump, he was that guy, right?
Bannon.
No.
Bannon was into some stuff.
There's a couple of them around him that's into that.
Yeah, but what's the one that got busted and the
Roger
daughter?
Stone.
No, the daughter.
That's Bannon.
No, it's not. He has dark hair. Oh my God! If you guys know who was the cuckold in Trump's joint, what was his name?
I thought it was Bannon.
No, it was the other guy.
Other guy.
Yeah. Oh shit, man. He was his name just it went to my brain.
All right, well,
but that guy.
While you're thinking about that.
That guy who was a Republican.
Okay.
Right, and hard, right wing, left wing.
There are a lot of them that
right?
that are like that.
I think they all have parties together.
Yeah, he was letting the black dudes, do the thing to his old lady.
Yeah,
bro, they are.
And the daughter busted them.
I think that was Bannon, bro.
No, it wasn't Bannon.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Guys in the chat room, can you help me out, man?
Yeah, look up Steve Bannon and his daughter's diary. I think she had a diary and they talked about it. I'm telling you,
it was Michael somebody or.
Here is the really interesting thing. Some of these hardcore right wing cats.
The guy went to jail. Yeah.
Not Avenatti.
No, it's another.
So many friends of his went to jail.
Nah, but this one it was wild. Yeah.
Some of these hardcore right wing guys, like their wives and girlfriends, they go on. They go on
the shit.
Do that.
They going and messing with black men and stuff like that. And it's. And what was interesting during the whole, I guess, Trump thing when he was in office, you had some of these women, they were literally online. It was like, this is my husband.
Right.
And here is what I'm doing.
Right. Okay. I mean, whatever works for them. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm looking at, there's tickets. Now, if you're in the Oklahoma City area, there is a Halloween Sexpose art and pain exhibit.
Okay.
On Saturday, October 30th. Oh no, that was last year. Sorry guys, too late.
Oops, you missed it.
You missed it.
You blew it.
Yeah.
You blew it!
Yes. So anyway, question now for all of you.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you guys have done that was similar to like a kink? With your partner, of course.
Right.
Yeah, and did you enjoy it?
I mean, stockings is a thing. That's a kink.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's totally a kink.
Yeah, stockings is a kink.
So what does it do for you?
I'm all for that. I'm all for the stockings.
So what kind of stockings?
No, you know what it is? It mostly like the nylon. I think because that's a combination of you liking like the nylon, but also it brings out the shape of the foot. So it's kind of a double thing, right? It's a foot fetish, plus it accents how the shape of the foot is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I think that does that. You know what I'm saying? Like the stocking thing is a thing.
I think that
Rock likes feet.
Yeah.
all day. I thought I was fucked up for years. I was like, right? Because you know what was happening?
I like nice feet.
Let me tell you how fucked up I was, right? What was happening, right? You know how you hanging out on the corner with your boys and shit, and it was, oh, look at that ass. Oh, that's crazy. I'm like, what do feet look like? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, how her feet look? Is she wearing sandals? You're like, I love the summertime.
She gotta take care of her feet.
That's what's up.
Listen.
That's what's up. Yes.
Yeah. Summertime's dope. You be like, word, look at them sandals. You get past that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, so when I was younger, you know who brought the feet thing to light to make it kind of cool? Eddie Murphy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When he started, he did a comedy thing about it. And he was like, yeah, remember that? He did that. And then that kind of made the feet thing not as kinky.
Okay. So he brought it out into the open and made you feel like you were, like, it's not just me.
Right. It was a moment. I was like, oh, I'm not a weirdo.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? All right, my man like dogs too. You know what I'm saying? And then you start to realize dogs, feet, dogs.
Yeah.
Not dogs.
Oh.
Not dogs
Look
like
at
yeah, not dogs like roof.
I thought dogs was ugly feet.
No. Just man, nigga, dog. The dog. Like the dogs.
Let the dogs out.
Let's clap.
Yeah. So I felt a little bit more comfortable about that. You know what I'm saying? So that was the thing. You know what I'm saying? But that's been that, Gary.
Yeah.
What is very interesting, as you were talking about feet, I believe it was AVN. They did a survey a couple years ago, and feet was the #1 fetish.
Really?
It was the #1 fetish for men around the world.
Nice.
And more so the bare feet.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So it's a lot more popular than what a lot of people think.
And I believe, you know why I believe that? Because on OnlyFans, they have like a section for feet, big section for feet. You need to check that out.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Big shout out to OnlyFans. But you know what's weird?
OnlyFans, they're making out like a bandit.
But you know what's weird about that? What's so funny is, like, it's it's got to be in a sexual position. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't.
How can you put feet in a sexual
Well,
position?
what I'm saying, right? Like I can't. It's not like I could just go to OnlyFans and be like, oh, look at the feet, look at the feet, look at the feet, and that's the thing. Nah.
Oh, the feet got to be raised up. To
Right, they got to be
Feet
there,
connected
like,
to the legs.
Okay. The
Put your
gotta
feet
be
in
raised.
the air like you just don't care.
I see.
But
See.
see,
They got to
right.
wiggle and wobble.
But-
Right.
Well, now that's your specific kink.
Right.
There's other people who just like the bare feet, right?
Right.
That
They
just,
like to look at
They
it.
like to look at
Right.
it. They'll whack off to
Right.
it and all of that.
Right. Skadoosh.
Right.
Right.
You know, mine. I'm more so the heels, right? I like
You're a heel man.
Yes, heels.
Nice.
Like the bare feet don't do it. It just doesn't.
Wow.
Right.
Right now, with the heels, as you were saying, with the stockings.
So you like high arches?
Oh,
Yeah, some women like
stilettos and stuff like that? Okay.
Yes.
Some women have the legs for them. That's just, and then there's other women that should not be wearing them. But they
Right.
don't have the legs.
Right.
But there's other women that actually have the legs for them, and this shows the definition. And I think it was I don't know. I was 17 and I saw it for the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
It was.
So you wouldn't fuck with a girl that has flat feet?
No, he's not talking about that.
No, I'm saying because the heel, right?
No, I'll tell you. Let me see if I can break this down.
Yeah, please.
So there is a designer with the red bottoms.
Right, Christian Louboutin. Yes.
So he designed shoes. The heels, the higher the heels, it's something in the calves that the muscle comes up.
Okay.
The muscle comes up behind the leg, and it makes that shape. That shape, that sinewy shape of the leg.
Right.
It defines it.
Yeah.
The muscle defines that part of the leg.
Absolutely.
And it lifts up the ass.
It does. Yeah.
Right. So everything from the back of the leg all the way up to the ass is what makes the shoe, like enhance.
Create like an arch.
Well, damn, Robin. Okay.
Well, he said
Yeah. No,
he
you're right.
broke
You're
it
right.
down. He broke it
You're
down
right.
scientifically.
Yeah.
He
No,
says
you're
this is what it does to a woman's leg. It produces the muscle in the back in her calf.
Okay.
And it elongates or
Right.
it perks up the ass. It turns it into a shelf, even if she doesn't have one.
See, and
she
like,
walks different.
I'm so spoiled, right? Because years ago, I had a couple of girlfriends that wore heels like that, and that's what I need. Like, I can't if you can't rock those, I can't do it.
I hear you.
I can't
Okay,
do it.
that's real.
I'm that spoiled, right? Because and see, there's some women that's like they'll wear it on occasion, or you got to twist their arm to
do it,
That's
yeah.
terrible.
wear it. I don't want that, right? Because the ones that I've dealt with, this is what they like to do,
Right.
Right? It's more natural,
Got
right?
it.
I have a good friend of mine who
Is it Karen Brewer?
no.
Wait, hold up. Why?
No, because Karen said I was added to a foot group on Facebook.
Nice.
I got high arches, lots of men into feet.
Nice. Are they paying?
Well, there are a bunch of foot groups on Facebook where these guys go crazy.
Wow.
Okay.
But what I was saying is that there's a good friend of mine who she started wearing heels when she was like 15, right?
Okay.
So her legs became very comfortable
Wow.
with it. One day she needed to go to the store quickly. She threw on some flats. Don't you know she sprained her ankle?
I bet she did.
Oh wow.
and bad.
Yeah, I bet she
Okay.
did. Yeah.
Because she wasn't used to flats.
So exactly. That's
Well, I used to wear heels a lot. I mean, high heels.
Okay.
And I've been wearing heels since I was 19. I even wore heels when I was pregnant. Yeah. But what I developed was plantar fasciitis.
Okay.
So the heel of my foot, the bone's now going in.
Oh wow.
It's pushing down because I've been used to the arches. So I need a doctor, guys. Look, you wear the shoes up until a certain point. I guess that's why women, when they grow to a certain age, they don't wear heels as high anymore.
Right.
Because it actually, over time, it does wear your feet down. So, yeah. But I do miss wearing heels. I may still wear a couple heels. Yeah, I have a thing for heels too.
On occasion.
I guess it's my fetish as well.
Word.
What
I mean,
about
Okay. Oh, good.
Me? I don't know.
It's so many.
Yeah, there's so many to choose. I don't know. Like, meet me somewhere. Act like you don't know me. I'm in the role playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
So meet me somewhere. Act like we don't know each other. Take a train ride to a train stop and we meet there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Let me take you
With
home.
a black cloak.
You know what I'm saying? And then we do
in the park.
do the thing. Hey, I'm in the car sex.
Well,
Nice.
what you could do, Chinks, would be great, right? Because if you bring racism into your sexual thing, right, it could be hot.
I
right?
love. Oh my gosh! Talking about feet, I love a nice chocolate girl with some French tips. Boy, I tell you, my first girlfriend, she was nice and chocolate, big old booty, some pretty feet. When she got that French, what was it, French manicure?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and them pretty little toes, boy, I tell you, that was everything.
Nah, if you on role play, bring some racism into that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You want me to be master?
Yeah, like put on one of those.
Or a slave?
Nah, you can put on one of those.
I could be a slave.
Put on one of them Vietnamese like
I can run
triangle
around.
hats.
Yeah, I'll run around.
One of those triangle hats that the Chinese people wear, right? You know what I'm saying?
Like
Then
a Mongol?
right.
And be working in the rice field.
Right.
Oh my God.
And have your old lady roll up on you. You know what I'm saying? Like you do like the
I'll
rice
be fisher.
field.
I'll be a fisherman.
Right. You could be a fisherman. Right.
In Vietnam.
Right. Yeah, you can do a whole Vietnam thing.
Mao.
Dude. Right.
She'd be like, Mao.
You can do that. Right. You got to bring some racism into your sex.
There you
know
go.
what I'm
I can
saying?
dig
Go
it.
ahead, get it going.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Gary does it.
Funny.
Gary does it.
Karen Brewer said, I wore nothing under 3-inch heels till I got pregnant. Then she got
Right.
flat. Yeah, then she got flat.
I wore 4 or 5-inch heels when I was pregnant.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Big shout out to the 4-inch heels.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, listen, it does take practice because
Yeah, you'll wobble.
some of my friends that,
Yeah.
like, actually, another friend of mine, what she did was whenever she bought heels, she would clean the house in them. Right, to sort of
You
break,
have to bend in them, stretch in them.
to break them in and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I used to have to, like, I dated a guy who he only wanted me to wear the heels, and he just like walk down, just walk.
Right.
And he always wanted to see me walk from the back, like, you know, he would watch me walk away.
Right.
And that's all he needed. He was like, okay, that's all I need. I love
I'm
that.
good. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, he loved that.
relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Master Chinks. That's what Casey said.
Oh my gosh.
Oh snap!
That sound like something from
I am-
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I am
Master
Master
Chinks.
Chinks.
Master Chinks.
I'm Master Chinks. I've come to slay the pussy. Right? That's Master Chinks. Right? Come with a samurai sword. Like, just be bugging with the shit. You know what I'm saying? You can do that.
Kill Bill.
Now what's the deal with
my
in
Kill Bill,
this
you heard?
BDSM thing? What's the deal with the pain part of it? You know, like the candle thing and
Some people
like what is that?
Yo, that shit is hot. I tried that shit. That shit is too hot.
Chinky went out with-
So in BDSM, it's a very wide spectrum.
Uh-huh.
Right? Just because you're a dominant or a submissive doesn't mean that you're a match.
Okay.
That's true.
Right? So now once you find someone that's a match, if y'all are into that, right, there's certain things that you have to be careful. Like you can't. So in these pictures that you see on Facebook, online with candles and stuff like that,
Right.
that's a special kind of candle.
Right.
You can't just go to the supermarket or the hardware
Oh, just
store
get a joint.
and get a joint. No.
Got it.
No. That's a special kind of candle.
Right, because most candles have like a metallic
Yeah.
type of property that's not good for the skin. So
So what kind of candle is this that you buy?
It's like you have to go to a Kink store.
Okay.
You have to, now as far as the pain, some people
It seems like that shit'll hurt.
Yo, that shit's hot. I'm telling you.
you'd be surprised how many women is into it.
yeah,
Right, okay.
I'm kind of into it.
You
Now,
gotta work
as,
it up.
as far as the pain,
Right.
there's some people that they get off on pain.
Right.
Like seriously, get off.
Right. Like men are like getting kicked in the balls.
Well, you get that. But
Yeah, I'm just saying it happens.
Right, yeah. But then also,
I can't see it.
right. But if you're on the more, I guess, extreme end
Right.
of BDSM, you may have a submissive where you would stick needles inside them.
Right.
Right. So now, let's say. With most people, you stick one needle. Oh shit! Ouch!
Yeah,
Right.
talking to the mic.
Right? You got others that they'll take 10, 20, and it will turn them on. They'll
Right.
get
Get
off
some
on
sort
it.
of euphoria
Well,
from
like
that.
it's kind of
exact-
like an acupuncture, but sexual.
Right,
Like they
they-
get off on acupuncture or something.
Some when it even comes to the spanking, some spankings are more intense than others.
That's true.
and even more violent than others.
Right.
Right.
They get off on it.
Right.
the choking. Some, you get some women that would want you to choke them really hard.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
choke the shit out of me.
Right.
And you're like, and look.
Well, you got to have a deep, long stroke for that, though.
But
I
listen,
can tell you, I am definitely not man enough for that.
Hold on, but wait.
I can't choke you like that.
My first time that I experienced that was about 25 years ago, and I was like, choke down? Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
I was like, wait a minute. Right, so, but there are some women that they want you to choke them, and when I say choke them until they're tearing, until they're crying.
That's crazy.
But there's some that's in it to that level, right? Okay. That's what they're going to need to get off.
Okay.
Right now, if you're not that kind of dom to do that on that level, then clearly
you're not a match.
You're not a match, right?
Okay.
So the misconception in BDSM is just because a guy is a dom or a woman is a submissive, you're
or vice versa.
It doesn't work that way. Your energies have to align.
Right. Well, also too. I mean, there are female doms, DOMME, right? Okay. You have male submissive, right? So, but you have to be a match, right? It can't be just because this person's a dom and this person's a submissive, you're automatic match.
What about them dudes that like getting kicked in the balls?
That's
where's that?
Yeah, well,
where's that fall on the pain scale?
Well, those are more for with the women that are the doms, DOMMEs. Okay. They have their male submissives, and
they get hit in the testes.
Yeah, they get
just bomb.
So there is a designer named Philip Pline or something like that. Yeah. He likes to be bound in leather, like a straitjacket, and put in a cage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you get the red ball in his mouth?
No, he just maybe, but I know
he's a gimp.
He likes to be tied up, like completely tied up in leather, and put in a cage and left there. Mm-hmm. Like you have to close the door and just leave him in there.
And that's his deal.
Yeah, that's his deal.
And then like what? Where's the nut?
I guess
I was associated with
it's the sensation of it. I guess that gives him pleasure.
But see, there's that. So
besides him being a nut,
there's that. Being mummified where you're wrapped up like
okay.
Some people they get off on that.
Right. And some men like to be walked on with high heels.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, big shout out to Renee. What's up, Renee?
Hey, Renee.
Hey, Royo.
Renee, I want to thank you for the $100. Renee sent $100. Thank you so much.
Come on, girl.
Yeah, she sent it yesterday.
Let's do another PSA. Like, share, subscribe.
Absolutely. Donate to BGM Podcast at Cash App. Go ahead and do that. Big shout out to Renee, and I want to thank you so much. I saw that today when I was looking at it. Casey's like, man, listen, man. Come on, man. It's a terrible conversation. Casey,
why?
Stop, Casey.
Why is it terrible, Casey?
Because he be getting wrapped up and mummified in his basement.
Yeah, I bet he does.
Kicked in his balls.
Got a nice big cage. Get kicked in the balls.
He's wrapped up getting kicked in the testes. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Get your balls kicked.
Oh my God! All right.
So Gary, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, because I want to get into this Kanye West thing. Mummy boy, come on, mummy boy. And then I'll go to commercial, and then what we'll do is we'll get into this Kanye West thing. So if you want to wrap it up, let me know.
We have 3 more weeks? I mean, 3 more weeks in the month, or is it 2?
It's 2.
2. So next Friday and the following Friday, we'll do another, 2 more segments.
Okay, bet. And that's what we'll do.
All right.
So we're going to hit that, and that's what we're going to do.
We'll see y'all next week.
All right, so we'll be right back in a second. I'm going to commercial.
Let's talk about last night. Who I straight.
I'm at the Universal Hip Hop Museum. This is the first stop once you come through the door.
One time I fucking freak.
So send push.
I suck like eyeballs.
Look, man, I eat ass, suck toes, then I put my finger in there and take my finger out and suck on it like a newborn baby.
I put hot sauce in my girl's booty hole, take a chicken wing, dunk it in the crack, eat it, hit up on the back, and suck the titties on the neck.
So this is the first stop. The Universal Hip Hop Museum exhibit. Crazy. I'm gonna take you to the rest of the exhibit. You wanna see everything.
Here, let me.
You have no idea what's going on. I was in the metaverse. Don't come to this, you bugging. As the museum has become fully interactive, so you can have a hip hop experience that you can actually experience writing graffiti on a gate. Just be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, my tab is wow.
Yo, the cops.
Yo, gotta go. So much activity and so many different things to do. I recommend anybody to come out here.
Home of Hip Hop, Universal Hip Hop Museum coming to you very soon. So come to the Revolution of Hip Hop to get a sneak peek.
Baby, let's go.
Yeah, big shout out to Rocky Bucano and LG. Rocky had a birthday last week. Unfortunately, I was unable to make it because we had the Jazzy J Day Festival uptown. Big shout out to everybody that contributed to that. The list is so long. Big shout out to Al Pizarro, MC Happy, the Voice of Harlem. Mick Benzo was there. My man Dot Rome was there. You know, just so many people that were there, and that was actually dope. But we couldn't make it. And last week, Lays got an award,
That's right.
and I had to run to go and do that. So what's this deal with your man Kanye West? What's happening, Robbie? You want to give us the update, Gary, first?
No, let Gary give the update. I want to do something.
Well, first, I mean, there was last week Friday. There was the interview that he did on Tucker Carlson.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an hour. Now there's that interview. Then there's outtakes. That was done. Now, for what he did, I mean, there are some things that he said on the interview which was true and factual.
All right, what did he say?
In terms of, when it comes to abortion with black babies, New York City is one of the highest. He talked about Margaret Sanger and and Planned Parenthood, but also too he did a lot of misinformation too.
Okay,
right. He basically was saying that how, for example, with Margaret Sanger, she was about exterminating the Jewish people.
Okay.
When it was not.
Right.
Right. When that was not the case.
Right.
You know, Planned Parenthood was actually was limited to black. You know,
right.
They didn't want.
They opened up the first one in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah. So.
Oh wait, and no, because there was a lady that did it in Brownsville originally.
No, the first Planned Parenthood, like Margaret Sanger.
Okay. Oh yeah, right.
So she's a eugenicist, white supremacist, all of that.
Okay.
Right. So so when it came to aborting babies, like it was being set up in black communities.
Okay, so let me just interject for a second. So the idea of Planned Parenthood started when she went to the southern states.
Mm-hmm.
She went to the southern states, and back then they had 13 kids, 10 kids, things like that.
Big family.
Her idea was that it was a drain on the resources because all of those people who were having these kids needed government aid. They needed food. They were not what I would say productive as far as like contributing to society.
Right.
In her point of view. So in order to reduce the chance of draining of the resources, they needed to find a program to sterilize the woman or just, encourage her to get rid of the child.
Okay.
So that's where that came from. The problem is, as you speed up to today, Kanye, in his statement about, which is true to a certain degree, there is a crisis when it comes to black abortion rates. However, when you look at the population, which is why Roe versus Wade was overturned in the first place, is because there are more white abortions than there are black births.
In the country.
Right.
Yeah.
So black births and Hispanic births or any other race of births are outpacing the amount of white births. And also there's more white people dying from certain, like overdoses. That's not supposed to happen. Anyway. There are more white people dying from, like, say, fentanyl overdoses, heroin overdoses, than there are in creating life.
Okay.
So there you have the push for, overturning Roe versus Wade. But in the beginning, the initial concept of abortion was geared toward those black families.
So this is White Lives Matter.
This is definitely White Lives Matter.
That's what it is, right?
Roe versus Wade is White Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So he was talking about that. Tucker Carlson also asked him about so you support Donald Trump,
right?
And he's like, yeah. And Tucker Carlson asked him, well, so why do you like Trump? And Kanye's answer was like, Trump is the man. He got his name on buildings.
Okay.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it. So one would expect if you ask someone, why do you like someone? Well, you know, I like how he does business, or, you know, something more of an intelligent answer.
Okay.
Right. But that wasn't it.
Right.
He also spoke about, which I found interesting, about handlers. Right.
Oh, yes.
All right. When he was saying how Kim was having, you know, her handlers were doing certain things, his handlers were doing certain things, and I disagree, because I'm like, if the position, like anybody that's a celebrity, you do have handlers,
right?
But you lay it out on how you want things done.
Mm-hmm.
He made it sound like his handlers was, you know, controlling everything.
Yeah, he said something about his handlers were pretending to be his friends or something like that. What is it about the kidnapping? Like, he said he was a fake kid in the house. There was a fake child that was in the house with his kids, and he mentioned some guy. I don't know what that was about. Do you recall that conversation?
I didn't catch that part.
Okay, yeah, I thought that was kind of odd.
So yeah, he was, and also he spoke about our ex-president Obama, how he was in the beginning, he was a supporter, and then he went on to say, well, they tried to tell me what to do. So basically implying that how Obama's people was trying to tell him what to do, so he didn't support him anymore.
Right.
Which, again, that's like, that
Well,
doesn't.
I mean, Obama did call him a jackass.
Well, yeah, because the stuff that he was doing.
Right.
What else he was saying?
And I don't even want to talk about like the Jew thing. I want to stay away from that. I want to stay on Facebook.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
But yeah, so he.
Except he said he was going to DEFCON 3 or some stuff.
That was Sunday. Well, that was on Monday when he did the Twitter stuff.
Well, how did that come about? First and foremost, he was having a conversation with whom?
Diddy.
Right.
He was having so Diddy had reached out to him and was telling him how he was sort of upset at what he did with the whole White Lives Matter with the shirt. Kanye kind of just blew up and was like, yo, you know, you can't tell me how to make my money. And yo, are you a Fed?
Yeah.
You know, and I know it's the Jews, they got you calling.
Yeah.
Right. So and he just wilded out.
So go ahead and go handle your business.
So,
go make your money.
So
Something like that.
And
All
then
right.
Monday came when he did this whole Twitter thing about how, I'm tired, I'm going to sleep, and then when I wake up, you know, it's going to be DEFCON 3
right.
to the Jewish people. I'm like, bro, man, you can't be saying that.
All right, so here's the deal. I'm just going to say this, and I would love to hear your opinions about this. This is what I've surmised over this disaster. Kanye is a Christian conservative, and that is a fact. He's a Christian conservative. I mean, I don't know if he believes in all the things that he says, but he comes across as a Christian conservative, which is amongst black men have now become a more widespread belief, right? And Christian conservatives basically are about family, about God, about morality, about family, you know, just in general. And I'm not saying that this is wrong. I just believe that if you're coming from a Christian conservative, you're going to have some opposition when it comes to certain people, let's just say, you know, who hold on to purse strings, for example. You know, there's a certain group of people who have been mislabeled as having control over certain aspects of financial, right? And I think for him, he is breaking through that barrier, but he can only go so far. And I could tell you how, in certain examples, how far he can go. And I'll give you a name. Michael Jackson. Now, when Michael Jackson broke, you know, against like Sony, Tommy Mottola, all I kept hearing was he sleeps with monkeys. He's got this, he's wacko jacko. He's crazy, and at a certain point, society will pretty much believe, and he could have been sane, right? But the narrative was formulated. I mean, I think it was generated and manufactured because he wouldn't play along with a certain kind of game. And once he got out of that particular bubble, where you go along to get along with certain people, I think that's when, the forces come, and they gang up on you and they create your narrative. And I think, honestly, that Kanye has to be very careful, right? Because we've seen it happen before, where you have if you're an entertainer and you rely on your income through entertainment, and the people that are gatekeepers of that particular, area of, I guess, industry, it can be very, very tricky. It can be very, very dangerous. And I'm not saying for him to not do what he's doing. I mean, albeit he is off his meds, but not this. Look, I'm sorry. When he said, he tweeted, let's see what cancel culture looks like. Then he went on that whole anti-Semite thing. And then everybody, he actually literally tweeted that before that comment. And now everybody is actually falling into line. And I'm thinking now it's kind of like a line that he's walking a fine line right now, because he was just with Candace Owens.
Yeah, well,
they did she did a documentary.
And which I saw, and there's a lot of misinformation.
I know,
there's a lot of misinformation.
But this is what I consider the Black Christian conservative movement. Right now we can call them coons, or whatever you want to call them.
Coonin.
Yeah, but their point of view is gaining traction, right? And whether or not it's misleading, because, her whole focal point was Black Lives Matter. She made that movie all about Black Lives Matter. Yeah. And I think Kanye is pretty much on that same bandwagon. However, I think there's something else brewing here, because at that screening that they did for Candace Owens, Ray J
and Kid Rock.
Ray J was there. Now, we all know who he and Ray J have in common.
Yeah.
Okay,
Miss Kardashian.
Right. And, Candace Owens is coming out with the leaked tape of Kim talking about Whitney Houston being like a crackhead, and a hag. And, it's to me, it's all theater. And he's going to be on Drink Champs tomorrow. I didn't want to promote that, but
now you got to.
He's gonna. Yes, Nori tweeted today that he's going to be on Drink Champs. So yes, he's going to be on Drink Champs, and I am totally on board with that. I mean, okay, so let's just say, all right. So he says some really fucked up stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just F-bomb right now, but when he talked about Hitler, how he admired him. And then he was walking around making clothes with Confederate flags and, White Lives Matter. It really, I don't know if he's turning race as commerce, right? He's turning racial strife as commerce. And I think that's not a good game to play, especially when you have corporate backers like Adidas, right? Who is actively looking to get rid of him.
And I think he wants to get out of the deal, by the way.
I think now that's they want to get out of the deal.
Well, yeah, I think that was his objective. I want to go back to something though that you said that was important, and I just want to hop on that a little bit. When Michael Jackson stepped out of line and started to expose the music industry for what it was, they killed Michael Jackson, right? When Prince did that, somehow or another they killed Prince too. You know what I'm saying?
And they were both Jehovah's Witnesses.
And the interesting thing that I found in that was when Prince started to speak out against the music industry and how it was unfair, in terms of, oh, big shout, who's that? Is that Sean? Sean Diabolic George is in the house. What's up, Sean? So when they had, when they did the whole thing with Michael, with Prince, I'm sorry. Prince, when he said he was a slave and he couldn't use his name and all that, after that, the superstar Prince kind of didn't exist anymore. He became like a marginal artist, really, and he simply relied on his fans to actually, support him, directly. He just sold straight to the fans. I mean, he had enough fans,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, to do that. But he was showing he's really the father of the music industry that we have today.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Where we don't need no record company. We don't need no label to sell no records, right? We can go direct. We find our tribe, right? And our tribe might be 30,000 people. Let's do the low numbers, right? If you got 30,000 people that are buying your record for $1 or $2, you know what I'm saying? That's 60 grand straight to your pocket.
Right.
That you ain't got to split with the label. Tax free. So he started that because what he did was once he got a label and he said, I'm gonna put my own shit out, and he went gold because he incorporated the sale of the CD in the ticket sales.
Ticket sales, that's
right. Of his concerts.
Right,
So when people go into concerts, you paid $60, but the $10 extra was for the fucking CD that you got that you thought you was getting for free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's the king of that. He's the starting point or the spark of that business model that's going on today. Michael Jackson, who owned 51% of the goddamn music industry,
Sony,
got up and said, check this out. This, the way, and if Michael Jackson is complaining about royalties, this shit is crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's like, the unfair treatment to artists is unbearable to me. You know what I'm saying? And Michael Jackson was the music industry, and he started saying that Tommy Mottola was the devil, and all of that stuff in a live interview.
Yep.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, 2 months later, he's dead, from a drug overdose for propofol, right?
Right. Propofol.
Yeah.
Which was ridiculous to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you step out, and Kanye is lining up behind these niggas.
But see, I think that
He's lining up, B.
with Kanye, with Prince and Michael Jackson, I totally understand what they were saying.
Right.
Right.
They weren't, at least to many of us, they weren't wilding out.
Right.
Right? They weren't wilding out. I never seen, look, I think when Mike had Bubbles with the chimp or what have you,
right,
people were like, okay, that's a little crazy. But the
What's wrong with the chimp?
But
okay, go. Sorry.
But in terms of him, coming out and talking about the music industry, everything was dead on.
Right.
He was not bad talking about his own race. He was like, the treatment of artists, the treatment of black artists. He was talking. Kanye, this dude, if he would have a straight message, right,
a
consistent message.
Right.
If he's saying, corporate entertainment industry is messed up, this is how it is. I'm gonna do all I can to fight to fight back with them. Then that's different.
Right.
But that's not what he's doing.
Right.
On one hand, he's talking about black babies. On the other hand, he's putting up white supremacy.
Right.
Okay.
Bro, you can't do that.
Okay, so this is what I mean.
What sense does that make?
Okay, so that's what I mean when I say racial commerce.
Right.
He's promoting racial commerce. So he's forming, he's straddling the line, right? He knows that the majority of his consumers are white. He knows it. But my issue is this. My issue is, at a certain point, right? Let's just say, when you make a certain amount of money, as a black man, like as we know, we're on YouTube right now.
Mm-hmm.
We know that there's certain things we can't say, and we ain't even getting paid.
Right.
Okay, and everybody that I watch,
we've been bumped.
Right. Everyone that I see on podcasts, they'll say, I want to play this clip, but certain people own this music, so I don't want to get kicked out of here. My income is this platform. And they already have the reservation to know that they are controlled, right? And here you have a guy who makes a certain level of money, and he's like, I'm tired of being controlled. I already know who's in control, right? I'm just saying, look, I'm not saying he's totally crazy on that point. He already knows that there's a certain amount, as a black man, there's only a certain level you can reach and play the game. If you step out of that line, because like I said, he's a Christian conservative. He's a Christian conservative. He already knows who the gatekeepers are. And once he crosses that line, they ain't no coming back. And Christians ain't going to be like, oh, we're going to support you. It's always going to be about the blowback and the narrative that people create for him, and that's what's happening now. And knowing that he is also bipolar and he's taking medication, that can easily slip into, some real safety issues as far as health.
Well, look at what he said. Look, last week he said that how on Tucker Carlson, he said that how he admitted to, sometimes I say things and it just comes out online and stuff like that. And his excuse was, well, sometimes you get toxic stuff inside of you and you just got to let it out.
Uh-huh.
Well, when you're at that level, bro, and you got social media, and you have to be careful on what you say.
Got to be responsible.
You have to.
Right. You have to be accountable.
You have to be responsible.
You have to be accountable.
Exactly.
For it.
But see, that's Robin. They don't want to be accountable. That's the
that.
fucking problem.
I get that. But here's the deal. Now, he already thinks that he's the richest black man in America. That's what he said.
And he's not.
I know.
And I'm going to break that down
he already thinks he's the richest black man in America. But let me tell you something, even in his delusion, right? Because you said it yesterday, and I know you're going to repeat it today. But in his delusion, he thinks that there is no one in his circle that he can relate to outside of anyone in his tax bracket. He's not going to listen to anybody. He's not going to listen to his handlers. He's like, I'm paying you to be my friend, basically, right? And he's telling people at Adidas, you're stealing my ideas. I gave you this, right? And they're like, so? We gave you $800 million.
Right.
Okay?
We have a right to steal.
Well, we have intellectual property rights too.
Right.
So what are you talking about? And then when he went to he was broke at one point, and he ranted about how he wanted to get into the fashion industry, and they wouldn't allow him because they were what? Mm-hmm. They were
White.
The R word.
Okay.
Yeah, racist.
Right.
Yeah.
They were the R word. And he's like, they won't give a black man a break. And at this point now, it's victim Olympics in his mind, because he's thinking, if I get everything I want, then everybody's beneath me, and forget about black people. If he's broke, then it's racist toward him. So he's walking a fine line, and when you're not consistent in your message, right? And you've been self-diagnosed as having, not self-diagnosed, but he's been diagnosed as having bipolar disorder. At a certain point, you can't blame his mom being dead for his racism and his racial commerce. I call it racial commerce. Because you're using merch, right, based on people's hatred and ignorance.
Right.
Right? And it doesn't really bring people together.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
And those Yeezy slides, I'm sorry, they may be comfortable, but I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
I ain't doing it. And he lost me with the slavery as a choice. I know there was a double-edged sword with that, because like what my example is this. We're on a platform. And we all know there's certain terms of service and terms of conditions that must be abided by in order for this show to continue airing. Now, once we abide by those terms and conditions, we are now choosing to not be free in our speech. Because if we don't, then there's consequences.
Correct.
So I think that when he says slavery was a choice, I'm thinking he's talking about contracts. Like, once you sign over certain terms of a contract, you give up the right to, you're adhering to
almost everything.
Right. Yeah.
Your name, your likeness.
Right.
Yeah, you're giving up all that.
That's how I saw it.
Right.
Most people saw it emotionally, like, oh, he's talking about slavery, as opposed, because that's what this country really is based up on. I'm thinking of slavery as, what is the contract agreement? What am I signing up for? What are my responsibilities? Or what do I have to give up in order to get this?
Right.
Right? That's my take on it.
I gotta tell you something interesting that he said, and it was a great message. He said, with all the problems that are going on, and he named I forgot what he named, like New York or whatever, or around the country, and you're all paying attention to me. He's like, what is that about? You know what I'm saying? He's like, at one point he's saying, look at how shallow people are, right? That you're paying attention to stars, right? To pop culture, and you're not paying attention to, or you're not even motivated by the actual real problems that are going on that are affecting the black community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The black community, they love tea. They love tea. They love gossip. Love gossip, love tea. They love that. But when it comes down to getting down to business and taking care of your neighborhood,
right,
and taking care of your own situation by going out to vote, by going out and shit, just sweeping your own goddamn in front of your goddamn apartment,
right,
your own goddamn stoop, and taking care of your neighborhood,
right,
and your little plot,
right,
on this earth, right. You know, the people in Nigeria be like, oh my God, you know, there's piss in the elevators. Who the fuck is pissing in the elevators?
Right.
Y'all are pissing in the elevators.
Right. It's you live here and you piss on the elevator.
And you piss on the elevator and then you go, there's piss on the elevators.
Right.
That shit is fucking crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I agreed with him on that. You know what I'm saying? And because when you think about TikTok, right, which has infected everyone, TikTok, people are doing things for likes and they shake their. I'm like, there was that senator that she turned upside down and twerked upside down. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought she was very talented.
Yeah,
by
that was nice.
She was.
You know, I thought it was dope.
That was her victory twerk too.
Right, but I'm like, but you're a senator, right? Where's the regalness in who you are, right? Why would you do something so common? You know, if you do it on your own and you want to tweak, you want to twerk on your own time, that's cool. But you're always a senator.
Right.
You should always be regal, right?
Right.
Now, when you realize what TikTok is about, and people don't realize what TikTok is about, right? TikTok is about the demise of the mental state of our children, right? You get rewarded for the more dumb shit that you do on TikTok, right? You get more rewards, right? But in China, TikTok is exactly the reverse. In China, the algorithm in China is when you do something great, you're celebrated on TikTok, right? When you win a math contest, you're celebrated. When you build a robot, your children are celebrated.
Wow.
That's real deal, right? China, it ain't the same shit in China. It's a different fucking algorithm. So in China, and China owns TikTok, if y'all don't know.
It's communism. You're giving all your information to the communists.
To the communists on top of everything else.
Right.
But they won the war. They don't gotta go to war.
Right.
How do you
affect
got all the data?
Hearts and minds.
Right. And you affect the hearts and minds of children.
Right.
So now you got these kids running around. They're all fucked up because they want to do whatever they can to get as many views as they can on TikTok.
The latest
but you can't.
challenge.
Right. The latest challenge. Right. So you don't even want to do no dope shit.
Right.
You don't see no dope shit on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? This kid graduated from college and he's going to be a doctor. You don't see that on TikTok.
Okay.
You see bullshit on TikTok.
Okay.
Right? Go ahead.
So here's the deal. The African American culture in America.
Yes, Sean. TikTok is a weapon of war.
Right.
100.
Okay. And I'll expand on that. So we all know that culture like hip hop culture, jazz, blues, rock and roll is a commodity that began with the African American in America. And I think that we've gone away from that, where now black men and women are being hypersexualized, right? Like not for their natural gifts and talents, but for twerking and things of that nature. But the problem is this, I don't have a problem with the twerking or whatever to a certain extent. However, who is monetizing this? This is not, everybody is eating off of this, off what we're doing. Everyone but us. Everybody. The algorithm promotes the twerking, promotes the hypersexuality, right? With women in general. You know, they have these campaigns where women are twerking on buses for votes. You know, it's just, and everybody is eating except us. And I think it's by design. You go and you look at TikTok, you go and you look at IG, right? You go and you look at Kanye, but you're not realizing that while you're standing online buying bread that is now double the price.
Yep.
You're buying everything you're buying. You're standing online looking at your phone, going hee hee ha ha, because you're seeing somebody twerking, and you're coming out 50% out of your pocket. And I think Kanye was right on that. Everything that we're doing is a distraction to make someone else richer. And they're using our culture to monetize us while we get nothing. And that's what I have to say about that.
Well, let me just chime in and say that, you know, with TikTok, Instagram, and all these other social media sites, it's come to a point where you're saying that it's being monetized. Absolutely, because, you know, you have certain artists and people that are getting paid, right? Some people, you get people that are being signed from whatever they do on Instagram,
right,
or whatever they do on TikTok. That never happened before,
right?
People getting movie deals, record deals, TV shows,
right?
So clearly, other people are going to be like, "Damn, I want to do that," right? So, you know, I think the issue is people being more in tune to, well, look, you know, and like there needs to be a balance, right? There needs to be a balance. So as much as all of that stuff is going on, there needs to be the word out there to have our people understand, like, look, you know, we need to celebrate more doctors, lawyers, construction people, because as Rock was talking about, you know, China and Japan, their kids decades ago was light years ahead of us.
Right.
Ours, right?
Well, they also are a nation who banned gay, they call it propaganda. They won't allow any LGBTQ content. They're like, we're not raising our men like this. As a nation, they said, no, we're not doing that. So they banned it. So they're not going to promote any, you know, fuckery. You know, I'm using the F-bomb again. They're not going to promote anything that's going to take, because they're a national country. They're nationalists. They believe strongly in their own people, even though they can't say anything about it against the government. But they've built a thread around nationalism, right? And once you have that, then everybody else is the enemy. You can't bring that shit here. We don't want that. We're going to build up our own people, our own kids. They have been doing this. They play the long game.
Exactly.
They're doing this for the next 500 years.
I agree with that.
The same way that in Saudi Arabia and all those countries put guns in those little kids' hands, and they go, those are, you know, we're going to teach you how to do this now because you're going to need to fight these people when they come here. And that's all they know. But here, no, everything is sexualized. Everything. I mean, straight, gay, whatever you want to call it, everything's sexualized here. And they're going back all the way down to even when a child is born. The images that the children see from the time they're born up until the time, you know, we're grown. We've already been conditioned to be sexual. And in the black community especially. I think that's a shame. And a lot of this has to do with entertainment. And entertainment is controlled by whom? So if the entertainment is controlled by a certain group of people that are gatekeepers, is Kanye actually wrong? That's my thought.
I mean, I'm going to say, in that conversation, I don't think he's wrong. But again, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to look at the facts for what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's really how I feel about that. You got to look at the facts as what it is. You know, I deal with a lot of kids, and I'm concerned, truthfully, because I think, you know, these are the kids in 10 years that are going to be running the country. You know what I'm saying? These are going to be our doctors and our lawyers and our presidents and our senators. And when I look at some of our generation that's in Congress right now, like I look at, what's her name? Acacia, AOC. Yeah. I'm going to tell you the truth. I appreciate that she's there, but I also think that, you know, like, I think she's dumb as a bag of rocks. You know what I'm saying?
Most of them are.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And these are the kids and the products of Leave No Child Behind. Right? You couldn't get left back when I was coming up. After, like, from high school on, junior high school on, you couldn't get left back. If you didn't know how to read, it didn't matter.
Right.
If you couldn't do math, it didn't matter. You still got promoted. No child left behind.
Right.
So you see a lot of dumb people in Congress. You know what I'm saying?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert. I hate to even call these people out by name, but
right, but they're stupid people. You know what I'm saying? They're stupid people. They don't understand policy. And that's why the gatekeepers of the Senate, they're staying longer, right? These niggas in the Senate, they're 80, 90 years old. They're dying in the Senate because they are, quote unquote, that last generation of who I feel like the Adlai Stevensons. You know what I'm saying? The gatekeepers, right? The Henry Kissingers, the smart people. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like there's a lot of smart people in the room anymore. And I'm afraid to see what the next 10, 20 years is going to look like.
Hell, you don't have to wait that long. This is it.
Right.
We talking about
I
a
don't think
senator
Eric
now.
Adams is that smart.
We talking about a senator now in the White House right now that has a criminal record. She's been arrested like 6 times.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
Look, there's got to be some moral turpitude, right? You got to have a moral and ethical foundation when it comes to governing.
Exactly.
You know, when people vote for you, you have to serve them not as feeding them like red meat. You have got to guide them and say, listen, I know you voted for me. I have a responsibility for our people that in our district or wherever to fight for you in a way that is moral, ethical, that upholds the law, you know, and keeps America in a certain, I guess, not pedestal, but just lift up and use the Constitution to make and build upon it. Right. But you got these red meat dog animals out here, butter biscuit eating, you know, people just Cracker Barrel eating. You know what I'm saying? They just coming in here, just waltzing in. Wasn't there one of them who wanted to get she wanted to get a pardon for the January 6th? That's Major. What's her name?
Yeah, I know.
She wanted.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
What did she want to do?
She wanted to be pardoned.
She wanted to be pardoned for January 6th.
Yeah.
For her participation.
Yes.
For committing a crime.
She was tweeting
against the Capitol.
She was tweeting the location of Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So isn't that an accessory?
Exactly. Right. Like anybody with
a conspiracy? I don't know.
Anybody that was a part of
Clearly
January 6th.
she knew who was in there.
Right. Anybody
she wanted them to see the tweets.
Anybody that was a part of January 6th, that's insurrection. You talk about blatant violation of the Constitution.
Right.
Like this is a basic school government, bro. That's blatant violation. I mean, it's insurrection.
Right.
At worst. Now, when you're getting into a court of law, you're talking about seditious conspiracy.
Yeah.
Bro,
across multiple government
exactly,
agencies.
Dude. This is unprecedented. So for people like that to look at it like they didn't do anything, like I don't care what side of the aisle you on. Look, this is the fucking Constitution here.
Right.
Like yo,
I mean, I'm like where's McCarthy when you need him? You know what I'm saying? Listen, if they did that shit in the 50s, they all have been dead. They all have been executed.
You know that if this was Barack Obama,
go ahead.
You know how out of line the Republicans would have wanted him indicted immediately and locked in jail.
What you're missing, though, is right before January 6th, they had the Black Lives Matter protest going on, and Donald Trump was like, shoot everybody, shoot them all.
But this is, right, exactly,
shoot those
right.
animals. Do not let them near the Capitol. If they come this close to the Capitol, shoot them. That's what he said.
Well, I know that. But see, this is what I'm saying.
Okay, so.
And this is your president?
Another stupid person, by the way.
This is your.
No, people love Trump. Let me tell you, 71 million people love Trump.
But I'm just saying, Robin. I'm just saying.
I know.
If you're going to be president, you do for the people, the country, everybody. You know.
Right. It's not a marginalized job.
It's not a. You know. You do for the country. I mean, the shit that he did for that. Look what he did when the hurricane hit Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah.
He threw him towels.
Oh, he did much more than that.
But I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know,
he said at first he wanted to trade Puerto Rico for Iceland or something like Greenland or something like that. He wanted to buy Greenland and do an exchange.
Yeah, but also, I don't want to give y'all money because you didn't vote for me.
How does he know that?
Right. And how does that and how do you say that as a president?
Yeah, president for everyone who didn't vote for him and everybody who did. He's supposed to be uniting.
That's my point. That's all I'm saying.
I get it, but that's not what we got.
That's not what we got.
Dumb people.
That's not what we got.
Yeah. So at this point, you're right, Rock. I mean, 10 to 20 years, I don't know if democracy will even stand. I don't think so.
Right.
Not at this pace. Things are like nuts right now. Inflation rate is through the roof. I mean, we can't afford to eat anything at this point. Nobody's wages are going up, and we're paying double for. We should actually go to the supermarket. I wonder if we could do comparison pricing from what we paid before up until this point. Like,
We should be able to.
yeah, like price compare. Because at this point, let's just circle back to Kanye for a second. That was a very poignant point that he made. Everybody is looking at what he's doing. What he's doing is not moving the needle of feeding a family of 4.
Right.
You understand? When they just fired, I just read a story about a company who fired 25 people for working 2 jobs.
Yeah.
2 jobs. You can't work 2 jobs. You just can't do it.
Why?
Well, apparently because of the terms and agreement that they signed, the terms and conditions. They didn't know.
So you can't support your family.
Apparently they're not paying them enough to keep up with inflation. So they're taking another job, in some cases 3. They work on the weekend, they work at night, and they didn't know that you could not do that when you signed that agreement with that company.
Yeah, see, that's crazy.
So now they have no job. You understand?
Yeah, nah, that's absolutely out of control.
Yeah, so that's where I'm
a lot.
at with that. I'm just saying, listen, slavery is a choice only for me to that extent. That's what it means. Once you sign the agreement, you don't know what you're signing. Just like when you sign up for YouTube, Facebook, you now know when you get hit, when you get rocked, you go, hey, wait a minute.
Right.
They go hate speech or whatever they figure out what they don't like that day. And they go, well, it's part of the terms of service. And that can change daily.
But what Facebook,
like the Urban Dictionary.
Right, but what Facebook has done, what I've noticed in the last 3 years or so, it seems like every October they come up with an update.
Right.
And I remember as last year it was, basically whatever we feel violates, then that's what it is.
Okay.
So it's not even like, well, okay, if it's a nude picture or if it's profanity, then we'll flag that.
Right.
They put in their broad terms that basically if we feel this violates our terms and our standard, then that's what it is.
So you're a slave.
So
to
basically
their,
now you may post something that you think is clean and good. Like a friend of mine she posted a picture of her newborn baby and and her kitten on her bed. Facebook put her in jail for 30 days because they said it was sexually explicit.
A cat and an infant.
Right. She wanted to show her newborn baby and her small kitten, on the bed, and it was a nice picture. Facebook put her in jail for 30 days. Because they said it was sexually explicit content, and when she tried to
dispute it,
they came back and said the same thing.
Okay, so here's the deal with me. This is why I'm not on social media like that, because at a certain point, Facebook was alluring. You get to connect with people, your friends, your family, long lost ones who you don't speak to, date. You can hook up with people, but the problem with that is. What I saw was a problem when they, at a certain point, started asking people to give their driver's license.
Right, your ID.
Yeah, ID. Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
That's how I lost my page.
I
lost my
what?
Rock Logic page like that.
I'm like, I'm not giving away my personal information to some digital platform and then find out that if you post pictures, like say you scan a picture and you post it, and they say it's ours. You can't get if we shut you down, you can't get any of this back. It's ours. Our intellectual property.
That's what they are.
But that's what I mean. So at a certain level, not only just black and white, but I'm gonna stick to the black part for now. Just for now. What part of your life is yours? What part of freedom isn't free for you? You know what I'm saying? Like you wanna make money. Mm-hmm. You want to be successful. Like this platform has a network of shows that can easily go just like this if they decide that you've done something that they don't like.
Right.
your freedom is tangible.
Sure.
Because all you have to do is say something that you don't even know is wrong, like Gary just mentioned, and that's
Struck down.
Right. And you could be banned for life.
Yeah.
Right? So let's just say, and the construct of, let's just say, black people.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just, I was going micro. Let's go macro. At a certain level of income, how do you think, I'll put it as a question, do you think there is a cap? Do you think there is a ceiling to how much black people can make in this country before you get kicked out the car?
I don't know. That's a tough question.
I don't think so.
Because Kanye's at $1 billion and Oprah's at $1 trillion.
No. He's. I think that.
Oprah's at $1 trillion.
Yeah, but okay.
I mean, there's when you're talking someone's net worth, right? Because I mean, even with people like Elon Musk, a lot of that is in paper, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, when you're dealing with liquidity, which is the money that you actually have in a bank,
right?
Kanye, Jay, probably $500 million in the bank, right? Now, when you get to people like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, they're the ones that actually have the billions in the bank account,
right?
Right. So,
they are the bank,
right? So
you got $1 billion.
So when these artists are talking about they're a billionaire, it's on assets, right? Which is on their combined assets,
right?
And to the financial public, right? And look, you get a lot of white people, a lot of white business owners have done the same thing, the creative accounting, right, to make you look bigger than what you are.
Of course,
Trump did it all day.
Inflate the assets, right?
That was Trump's game,
right? It make you look. Now, when I worked on Wall Street, I was taught when you got $1 million in the bank, you're a millionaire, right? So now, when it comes to billion, the rules get a little different. So you mean to tell me I could have like 400 million, then have property over here, and then all together
makes you $1 billion.
Makes me a billionaire, and I could be on a billionaires list.
Credit is valued different at a certain level, right? You can hedge against. Yeah, you can hedge against a whole lot of things when you have a lot of zeros.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm just saying. But if you have $1 billion in the bank,
right?
You probably do whatever liquid. If you're liquid $1 billion, you could do like whatever the fuck you want.
That's the problem,
right?
Like, wait, hold on. Now that's what I'm talking about with Kanye.
But he's not that.
No, I get that.
Right.
All somebody has to do, like people like Wesley Snipes, they told him he had a lot of money until he found out, somebody was stealing from him, right?
Right.
So he had to go to jail. Yeah. When someone is handling your finances and they're making you believe things, I mean, they could just shove. Kanye don't read. He said he don't read. He don't read. So then how can he do math?
But this is...
All he's doing is listening to people tell him stuff, right? And they'll say, oh, here's okay, we have to explain to you what this means. And he'll be like, oh, and they could be lying to him.
But see this, okay, Robin.
I have to ask a question. Is it that he can't read?
No, he doesn't read.
He doesn't read, okay.
So, to your point there, now, if he would have followed, let's say you learned from Prince.
Right.
Prince, in his interviews, was like, look, this is what you need to be doing.
Right.
You need to check this out. Like Kanye, and he's like, he doesn't want to listen to anybody, right?
He thinks he's God.
Right. He doesn't feel like he didn't.
His name was Jesus.
Right. He doesn't feel like he needs to listen to any. So just because someone doesn't have as much money as you doesn't mean that they're not smart. Some of the best CEOs, and even Jack Welch of GE,
right,
said this. Some of the best CEOs will have people will have their team of people and they'll get ideas, right? So Jack Welch has said, it's not always me. I work with a team.
Got it.
All those people on his team is not making his kind of money.
Right.
Right. And GE at one point was one of the biggest corporations. So for Kanye to talk about, oh well, I can't listen to anybody broker than me. You can't tell me that's not ignorance.
Yeah, but hold on. Ignorance to me equates with how much money people think they have. People, you don't have to be smart to be rich in this country, clearly.
Right. Okay.
You don't have to be smart in this country, but if you have enough people you're paying around you, making you believe that, you get a Kanye West. You get a Kris Jenner, you get a Kim Kardashian, right? And you get all these people around him gassing him up because guess what? If he was not able to, you could not monetize him to get what you needed to get from him, then what the fuck is he doing here? Like, we all know that he's there for a purpose. And he's the clown now. Now everybody's like, oh, wait a minute, whoa. You know what I mean? He's no good. He can't be monetized. They're taking his bank accounts away. He won't even say, let me put it in a black bank. No. He won't even do that.
JP Morgan, they gave him till what? The
November
end of November?
21st.
To do what?
To get his money out of the bank.
Like, he has like 140
million.
Yeah, 140 million in JP
They don't.
Morgan.
I'm sorry, I missed that part of the story. What happened?
JP Morgan, okay, so JP Morgan told him, and this was
because
in
September.
Right, this was back in September. So people think it's because of the anti-Semitic stuff that he said on
Right, but this is
Tuesday.
before that.
But this was before that. So one of the guys with Adidas is also one of the main board members with Adidas is also on JP Morgan.
Unbelievable.
Right?
You see this?
This is how this shit works. Like, so...
Isn't that a conflict of interest?
No, it's not a conflict of interest. Because when you're up that high, that's how it works. You have interlocking board.
But I'd like to hear what happened.
Right? But because of what he was doing with Adidas, basically the board member that was on Adidas, he basically, told his people over at JP Morgan Chase, hey man, this guy is no good, or whatever it may be.
Right.
Right? So
yeah, well, he was talking shit about Adidas, wasn't he?
Right. So basically, JP Morgan was like, yo, well, you got until, we don't need his business, so you got until November to move your money elsewhere.
Yep.
Right?
What? Yeah. The bank
like
can
that.
actually say,
A bank, yeah.
We ain't fucking with you.
Right.
We ain't fucking.
Yeah.
And this is JP Morgan, like, this is like...
The same JP Morgan Chase that got caught off, they had a whole shipyard full of cocaine.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I know the deal with that.
Yeah. I think it was $1.3 billion of cocaine.
All right, can I hear that story? Because I didn't know that. I'm today's years old.
Well, listen, JP Morgan Chase, actually...
And they underwrote the slave trade.
Got busted with coke?
JP Morgan Chase, HSB, there were a few of them that laundered money for the Medellin cartel. Like, that's real facts.
Right, okay.
Right? Like, so don't think that all their money is clean.
Right.
Let me get some sources here. Fair use.
Well, you're lighting me the fuck up right now. I'm like, what the fuck? What's up, my man Brian P's in the house? What's up, Big B?
So for now, if Kanye really knew how the game played, then he wouldn't be in this situation. Look at Jay. Look at the deals Jay did.
Yo, crazy.
Look at Jay did his deals with LVMH, the top luxury company in the world.
Yes.
Right.
They gave him $500 million, bro. Like, to us back in the days, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all of that was some other shit, right? Moet Champagne Cristal.
Yes, LMVH.
Yeah, that was some other shit. So, you mean to tell me he couldn't learn anything from Jay? Like, Jay pulling off the major business deals.
Yeah, but you know what? And I gotta say this, I'm sorry, and I may not sound nice about it, but a lot of people did not listen to Jay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And once they became, like, that's what I'm saying. Just because you have money does not make you smart.
I totally agree with that.
And I think that a certain level, let's just say in Jay's case, Ye had to work his way up when he felt like he was on Jay's level.
But he was never on Jay's level.
But he thought at a certain point he could surpass him, right? And because he thought he could surpass him, he didn't think he needed to listen to him. And money was the backbone of it all.
Right.
Money does not give you morals. Money does not give you values.
I agree.
And money does not make you smart. And it actually doesn't even wash your ass. You do that.
Okay.
And I gotta say it, because once I got into the music industry, right? Now I had been around a lot of rich people as a kid. You know what I'm saying? And they were all smart people, or they felt like smart people at the time. But when I got into the music industry and I met some of my idols, And I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna call nobody out, but I just remember going, this is the stupidest motherfucker I ever talked to. Like, I'm like, you're a superstar. You have all this money and you're dumb. Like, I would sit there and realize that I couldn't have a conversation with him, an intelligent conversation.
Right.
We could talk about music and dumb shit, but we couldn't really get down to the nuts and bolts of things, which is what I like to talk about.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, like you know, you got platinum records and you're an icon and you're ignorant. You know what I'm saying? But everyone around you isn't going to tell you that you're ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I lost that job, but because
they didn't deserve you.
Yeah, I mean, and because I couldn't help being smart in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just couldn't help it, and you know, I expressed myself, and I just went, you know, like I'm like, damn, I don't know if it was concern or frustration. I think it was more frustration. And I just kind of blurted out like, yo, you know, you kind of stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that kind of a vibe. And that was my last session. But, you know, it doesn't make you smart. Money doesn't make you smart.
A lot of artists, right?
That's why artists shouldn't talk.
See.
Right? I'll close out on it. Artists shouldn't have an opinion about politics unless you study politics. Right? I just don't believe that. They say a lot of dumb, like, you know, what does Lil Wayne have to say about it? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Lil Wayne knows nothing.
He doesn't even vote.
He doesn't even vote. Like, why in this society do we uphold artists in such high regard that we care about their opinions on state matters, right? That actually move the needle when they actually have no opinion because they're not smart enough to even understand it. They didn't even give a fuck about it. Their whole lives, right? And then they're sat in front of a TV camera, and their opinions are being asked about some shit that they don't know anything about.
And you know what that means, right? Come on, Gary, talk about it.
Okay, so now, very quickly, so back when Harry Belafonte was out, right? Harry Belafonte, you know, world entertainer, very political, major black activist.
Educated.
Right, exactly, right. So now, a lot of our artists should have learned from him, right? So, you know, he also said, you know, when you're an entertainer, you have a responsibility, right? So for those entertainers and artists who take time out to whether it's study politics or business, and when they ask something, they can talk on it.
Right.
Unfortunately, what has happened is we're in an era where, because these artists are big stars, they're going to get someone coming in their face, well, oh, what do you think about this or the president, what have you? And they clearly know this artist doesn't know anything about that. Right. So I think that's what happens. And also, a lot of these artists, they have fans, right? And their fans, you know, they're going to listen to whatever they say.
Right.
The other thing that I want to say is that artists, they need to pay attention to their business people. Now, in Rock's words, you know, I was there with a few. Now, with Bert Padell, some people may give him a bad rap.
Right.
I will tell you, I seen what he did for Tony Braxton. When Tony Braxton was broke, him and Joe Katz was the one that got the $40 million out of LaFace Records for her. Right. I seen when he tried to tell, the guys from Jodeci, where Devontae, in probably about a week, went through about 4 different cars.
Okay.
You know, he sent money for, you know, he called Bert, I want to get this BMW. 2 days later, crashed it. Right. I want to get this Porsche. The day later, crashed it.
Wow.
Bert's like, what the hell you doing?
Right.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me. Just... Right,
Exactly.
You know, and at that time, I think Jodeci was like triple platinum.
Yeah, once again, stupid people.
Right. So I've seen in a couple of incidents where he tried to talk to some of these artists, and they feel that because they making money, oh, you can't tell me nothing.
Well, I want to just chime in and just go back to what Rock was saying about, you know, looking at celebrities and putting a mic in their face and asking them about like a certain law or what's going on in the political spectrum, right? Which I think now is what they call part of the social credit score. And the only example I can give that comes to my mind is Cardi B and how they used her popularity because she had so many million followers on, like, what is that? Not Facebook. Instagram. So they already know that they're targeting her because what they want to do is they want to campaign to her followers. Even though they know she's not, up to speed on politics.
Right.
All they want her to do is go to her followers and say, vote for this guy. That's all they want to do.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. My take on her, I think, is different than a lot of other people because with her, when the mic was put in front of her face, she didn't say nothing stupid. She was like, yo, and now in her way, y'all need to pay attention to what's going on.
Right.
Right?
Even if it's at the expense of their own best interests.
But I'm not, y'all, in her saying y'all need to pay attention to what's going on, meaning that, whoever these candidates are, you need to go do your research and stuff like that. Lil Wayne and them,
I can appreciate that.
They want to say nothing like that.
I got it.
They want, she was actually, even if it was staged.
Right.
Let's just say, even if it was staged, and they wanted to reach her base.
Yeah.
She was coming off saying, "Look, y'all need to wake up and pay attention to what's going on.
Right.
Do y'all research. They not doing y'all right out here."
Okay.
Her fans are gonna relate to that.
Got it. But here's the flip side of that. Now, they don't use black male artists to do that. They don't use black male artists. Like a candidate won't say, "Won't you go and tell black men that it's more important to, vote?" Like, for any reason. They always go to the women. Why? Why do they go to the women and not the men?
I don't know. What are you thinking? Because I really don't know. I didn't realize that until you said it right now.
I think it's something to think about.
Yeah, because you can go to Jay-Z. He's bigger than Cardi B.
He has no political message. He has no, Ice Cube was the only one I can say that I can think of that had something he wanted to present.
Right.
They didn't even ask him. He was just like, "I have a 5-point plan."
Right,
and they were like, "Hold off, wait till the election. We don't want to hear what you got to say." But that is actually a very good point. He was a black man who actually wanted to get involved politically and had a plan.
Right.
And they rejected him. They were like, "Nah, bro." And this is a Democrats.
But then again, see, I think it also goes back to what you said. It's like learning how to play the game, right? Because clearly, black men are threatening, right?
Yeah.
So now you got a black man with money, gonna be very threatening.
Right.
Right? A black man with money that really understands the game is gonna be extremely threatening.
Right.
So if you have a group of them,
right.
Yeah. So I think Cube should have. I appreciated what he did.
Yeah.
However, he should have teamed up with some other people.
Got it.
Powerful black men.
Right. To get that across.
Like Robert Johnson or Robert Smith. Like these are other black billionaires.
Yeah, I get it. But I'm going to go back to this point though, Gary. How much money does a black man need to have before you get thrown out the car?
Well,
because you know what? As many of those billionaires there are, there's somebody bigger than that, and they got a whole tight knit. They serve on each other's boards,
right?
Stuff like
what
that.
you're saying.
They're in different. Yeah. And let me tell you something. No matter how much money Kanye got, them goddamn sneakers, like 600. How much are those sneakers? Them ugly ass sneakers.
Right. And who are they for?
Like space shoes.
Right.
They're like, who the hell wears that? Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I've never even seen them on anybody's feet.
What?
I haven't seen them.
You haven't been looking down.
Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Probably not, because I don't even know what they look
comfortable.
like. I don't even know what they look like.
I don't think for the price. I mean, if black people are going to spend that amount of money for these shoes, although white people outpace them in income and affordability, don't think you should be saying "Why Lives Matter" on a t-shirt. That's all I'm saying. Just like, come on. Don't go on black platforms, and I mean, you know what I'm saying. If you
didn't he explain that? He did explain that, right?
I don't know.
He said on Tucker Carlson. Because Tucker Carlson asked him about it, and he basically said it was a joke.
But he didn't explain what the joke meant.
This is what I'm saying.
What's the joke?
He didn't put it into context
but
where people go,
none of us got the joke.
You said it right. Context, right? See, he doesn't. when you watch the interview, he's literally all over the place.
Right.
So
Moron.
if I think
I like him.
Most of us grew up where you ask a direct question, you give a direct answer.
Right. A is B.
Right. And if you have to elaborate and put things in proper context, then that's what you do, so people will understand.
Right.
He doesn't do all that. He didn't do none of that.
It's his own private joke.
Well, I mean, okay.
By the way, I just want to say
Go
something.
ahead.
Hey, Renee, and once again, Renee, I want to thank you for the $100. I appreciate it.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, wait,
She
first
said
of all,
More money.
Go.
She said many people are wearing those Kanye things. That's what she said.
Well, you know what? While you're here, if you're still here, guys, and you like what we're talking about, like the page, subscribe if you haven't already, and donate to donate to Boa Global Media
BGM podcast. You know what I'm saying?
I just
Cash App.
I'm giving away
If
turkeys.
you've been hanging on this long,
That's right.
at least like the page.
At least
Like.
Right.
Okay, that's all. Look, it don't cost nothing. Don't cost you a pair of Yeezys. Just like the page.
And
That's
I need more subscribers. We're up to 300 now, which is very
we need
nice.
to get those
actually.
subscribers up. If you love the show, share it. Tell everybody about it. I'm tired of talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about it on the show. I talk about it outside the show. But you know what? Like the page, subscribe.
And I gotta tell you, I like it because it's a hard 300 too.
It was hard.
It's a hard 300, but it's a
Give
solid
yourself some
300.
claps.
It's a solid
Yeah, there you
300.
go.
It's organic.
It's organic. It's organic. There's no bullshit
There you
numbers.
go.
appreciate that.
Organic. There you go.
It's hard fought.
A lot of people, listen, let's just be clear. A lot of people are buying views and numbers out there.
No, we ain't doing none of that.
So this is organic.
Yeah, this
This
ain't
is
no
real
bots
thing.
up in here.
Right.
Yeah,
There you
no.
go.
It was literally like, hey, take my page and subscribe, like
Right.
to 300 people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's been solid.
And if anybody
appreciate
is, and in the audience that have already subscribed, just give us like a shout out. Like, you know what? We got a lot of viewers,
Yeah.
but we don't know if they've been a member of this
Right.
channel. We
Right.
need to know if they're a member of the BGM family.
Absolutely. And send to your friends, have them subscribe.
Yeah, that's it.
It's been kind of nice. What's up with this Mace thing?
Oh yeah, go ahead, talk about it.
So apparently, so Puffy and Mace, they had this back and forth thing where
Right.
Mace
that a
said,
flea?
Mace said that Puffy owed him money. Diddy came back and was like, "Yo, you owe me $3 million." Right. So then Mace, they had some back and forth words.
Now,
And
did he owe him $3 million in like royalties or what?
Nah, he said Mace owed him an album, and then he became a pastor.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
oh,
he
and he
reneged
called-
on the
and
deal.
reneged on the deal. You owe me
but-
3 million, right?
He said that how he gave him $3 million for an album, right? Which
Yeah.
I don't believe that. Back then,
Right.
They weren't doing album budgets at that time, like for artists at $3 million. So that's not making sense. But so him and Mace, they were going back, and Mace at the same time had this tour with him,
Cameron.
Cameron, and Jadakiss.
Right.
So apparently Puff wanted him to apologize.
Whoa.
Right? So Mace comes back. He's like, yo, he kind of, he calls him out and actually went in. He was like, yo, I'm the only artist that can speak about this. Like, Big is dead. Craig Mack is dead. He
Black
went
Rob.
in. Black Rob, he went in.
Doing God's work.
He went in, right? So
Total's dead.
Right.
So
112.
So he's like, I'm the only artist that could speak about it, and he went in, and then I guess Puff, whatever he did, called up some people, what have you, and next thing you know, Mace's tour with him and Jadakiss
Was canceled.
him, Jadakiss, and Mace. Jadakiss and Cameron, they were canceled, and the posters and flyers were up all over the place.
So they canceled the tour or they just canceled Mace?
No, they canceled the tour.
Wow.
The whole shit.
Because they had the whole thing routed. So something happened.
What?
So, yeah, they had the whole thing routed.
That's power.
Yeah, so
dude lost. So Big Mouth Mace lost money because he got into a cockfight.
him and Puff, he was,
Right. He'd have made probably, I don't know how much on the tour, but let's just say, $300,000 on the tour or something like that. And I hope he's rich. I guess he's got good
Mace?
publishing. Yeah.
Well,
he's got good publishing. So
well, he owns what's that drill artist? Fabio Foreign.
Okay.
So
Damn, he owns him.
Well, yeah, he has a lot of the masters in publishing.
Sheesh.
Oh, all right. So maybe.
Yeah.
What's his name again?
Fabio Foreign. He's
I don't know
of the,
him.
He's one of the newer artists out
I
now.
see.
Yeah. So
You've
Mace,
heard his music.
Yeah. So Mace was the one that got him the deal at Sony.
That shit never works out for an artist. Any artist that complains about their royalties, they always get checked. Straight up. It just never worked out.
Wow.
I mean, I've seen it many times. I mean, I remember when Nice and Smooth, they ran up in Def Jam, you know what I'm saying, on some bullshit, and that was the end of Nice and Smooth.
Wow.
Well, Def Jam is not the label.
They got the cancel culture early.
Word. After that, there was kind of no more Nice and Smooth.
Yes,
Right.
Def Jam is not the label you want to run up in. I'm
Right.
just saying. Just saying.
Wow.
But it just happens time and time again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think the big problem is that I think it's black people and black entrepreneurs. We don't, and I guess we're not allowed to. I don't know. But to take over the music industry, first of all, we are the music industry. Let's just start with that. You know what I'm saying? We are the music industry. And I don't understand why, like, top artists that have the money to create our own conglomerate, right? Our own distribution, our own label. Like, we don't do that. We don't come together to do that when we are the music industry.
I think there's been many attempts to do that.
Well,
and
Well, you're right. Sam Cooke caught a bad one, didn't he?
yeah, I think this is like the Matrix.
James Brown
There's
did
been
it.
Many Neos.
They tried to kill Barry Gordy because Motown really should have been one of the major corporations now.
Right.
And MCA on a couple of times they tried to kill him.
Right.
Like, and that's
I
fact.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, but then he did a label, and you know, you have a lot of black labels, right? You
We
have,
have a lot of, but for what?
but to actually go, we're gonna do our own thing. We're gonna do as a unit.
That's right.
We're gonna do our own publishing company.
That's right.
We're gonna do our own distribution company. We're gonna have labels under that distribution. Like, really take the power.
Can you do that now?
And that's what Barry Gordy was, because Barry, he didn't only have Motown, he had Tamala Records.
Yeah, Tamala Gordy Records.
He had a couple other records. He
Yeah.
had he had Jobet Publishing.
That's correct.
Which was the crown jewel of,
Yeah.
of Motown. So Barry Gordy was on his way.
Right.
Barry Gordy was on his way.
So what happened to him?
Well, you know, MCA. You know,
They shut him down.
they shut it. Well, the chairman of MCA, a guy by the name of Lou Wasserman, known as the Godfather of the entertainment industry. He's also, let's just say, very tied into the Cleveland mob.
Right? Wasn't the music industry?
Al Capone was also an investor in MCA.
I'm sure.
Earlier. So yeah, this was real shit. This
Yeah.
was real shit.
Everybody had their hand in the pot.
Right. Gangsters. What were you saying, Jinx?
Nah, wasn't the music industry controlled by the mob initially?
Well, Hollywood started. That's how it started.
Well, I mean, the mob has been infectious in the music industry for a very long time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the Jews control the music industry.
Isn't
know what
there
I'm
a Jewish
saying?
mob?
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
Of course.
There's-
Dutch Schultz and
Yeah.
what was the guy? Oh my God, Lansky, Maya
Exactly.
Lansky.
Yeah.
Big shout to Deneen. She said, "Hey, Can't Be Silenced in Can't Be Silenced podcast in the house." What's up, Deneen?
Great show. Hey, that was a great show Monday.
It was fantastic.
And just so you guys know that you tuned in, I'm glad you tuned in. Can't Be Silenced this Monday is the Monday before
Mad Wednesday.
Yes, that's right.
So all of the artists of Mad Wednesdays are going to be on the Can't Be Silenced podcast
On Monday.
On Monday,
Yes.
with all their music, and you could meet them, the interviews and all that, and we're doing that at 7:00 on Monday, right? We do Maria's show at 7, right?
7?
No, 5.
At 5, sorry.
Give me a second.
You blew it. Sorry. Oh shit, Maria Davis in the house. What's up, Maria?
Hey, Maria.
Yeah, Maria, we were just mentioning your show. Just letting you know what was happening on Monday, because we're about to punch out in a minute. We've done it 2 hours,
Yeah.
which has been dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is great.
So
This is great.
definitely watch what you say, Rock. Yes, Deneen, I'm sorry, but Deneen, what are you still doing a Hot 97 job? She was like, she used to do that to the DJs at Hot 97 when they would do something wrong. She would like call in on the hotline. You know what I'm saying? So
Be
The red phone.
yeah, be easy what you say, Rock.
before you get canceled.
Before you get canceled. So just make sure you guys tune in this Monday on that. This weekend, some big stuff is going on with One Nitro, by the way. I think we've been invited and you know, I call a woman dumb, but we've been invited to have an audience with AOC actually.
Oh, okay.
Coming up on the 19th. So I'm preparing that
In
with
Queens?
Stan. I think it is in Queens.
Okay.
I think it is, and Carolyn Maloney.
Okay.
Which maybe it might be in Manhattan, maybe because Carolyn is the Manhattan Borough president.
Yeah,
So we've been invited to actually attend this event and ask questions.
Excellent.
And
great.
make One Niger's presence known at that event. So I got to call Stan about that. So we're doing that, I think, on the 19th.
Okay.
They will be on Sunday at 4 o'clock, One Niger. Al Pizarro, 2 o'clock this Sunday for the conversation, right?
Yep.
We're eagerly awaiting Claudia Perez to come back to do Mi Gente with People. She's revamped the whole show. She's doing something entirely new and something different. So that's what's happening with that.
I think she said November 5th.
Yeah, November 5th, she's coming back.
What's going on with Q Nation?
Q Nation, what's up?
They'll be, the last Tuesday? So what's
the last Tuesday of every month?
So next week.
Not
Not this week, but the week after.
next.
The week
Right,
after,
just before Halloween, they'll be on.
They'll be on.
And of course, DOA will be on this Thursday.
That's right.
The control room.
Control room. They had a good conversation on Thursday, and that was awesome. With Renee and them, they was on. So yeah, Deneen said, "Don't lose your account at Chase." Yeah, Nah, I'm being cool because I got a Chase account, so I ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Maria said, "Rock 1019 is Mad Wednesdays." So Mad Wednesdays 1019, and on that day during the daytime, that's when we're gonna do this thing with AOC.
Nice.
So that's gonna be super cool, and I'll talk about it. And I'll be at Mad Wednesdays on the 19th. You know, hanging out with Maria and Scotch and Carl Brown and the band and everybody. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be doing that on Wednesday. The Real Discussion will be there. Boardwalk Global Media will be in the house as usual to support. And with that, I'm gonna punch out. I'm gonna go home. Got a big day tomorrow. I'm teaching EKGs to some new nurses, so I got to do that tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna catch y'all. I'll see y'all next week. This was a great conversation. I really enjoyed everybody's presence and all the spirited conversation you guys were having in the chat room. And I will see you on Monday on Maria's show. Rock Logic, Gary Fax, Chink sat in for Rocky D, DOA, ESP, Jeff. Right? A lot of people was in that house. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to DOA, though.
Yeah, shout out to DOA. Thanks, Chris Knight. She's like, excellent show. Have a great night. Yes, thank you, Chris, for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.